All right, chat. Welcome in. We are live. We're a couple minutes behind. We're getting a little distracted here because we're halfway. I guess are we halfway through? We're in progress of watching Joanna Man on BET right now. I didn't realize that this was a movie that we were playing on cable in 2025. But I guess we're about a quarter of the way through at this point. So it is what it is. Anytime Vivica Fox is on the screen, we're gonna be, of course, all in. So we're not complaining. And the fact that the sports world is just in a bit of a timeout, it's about the closest that we could do at this point, chat. We got Joanna Man and the Pluto TV's rerunning the 2011 dunk contest, which is a little bit much more fun than I remember. I mean, it's an iconic, of course, kind of final highlight from this dunk contest, which would be Blake Griffin jumping over the car at the end to win the whole thing. But there is some fun stuff going on, of course, just throughout the dunk contest. I mean, the dunk contest, chat. Remember the dunk contest. Even 2011 is not like that long ago, but still feels like it's just the progression of what has become. Because you think, of course, 2011 and 2016, where you have sort of an iconic moment in Blake Griffin, you get an iconic event in 2016. And then 2016, 5 years later to 2021, I guess was that, COVID stuff. I don't remember exactly the timeline there. But the dunk contest, 2021, 2022, the Mac McClung era of the dunk contest, how does it stack up against, Dominic Wilkins? I guess Michael Jordan and Dominic Wilkins are at the same time. I mean, hey, remember when the dunk contest used to be even better than that? Better than, like, 2011 when it was those guys as well, too. But JaVale McGee was kind of fun. You have Blake Griffin, JaVale McGee, and who was there? There was another guy that I'm not thinking of, Serge Ibaka, as well too. So you had three power forwards. I want to say DeRozan was the other guy in this dunk contest. Was DeRozan even in the league in 2011, or was he like? Yeah, he was. I think he was an aughts draft, I think, but the amount of forwards in the dunk contest this year is kind of crazy to have that. Usually you kind of have one or two, a 7-footer or whatever, but just to have that many of that type of player is crazy. I'm trying to remember who else was in the 2016 dunk contest. Is going to be an impossible thing to remember, but of course it was a Gordon Levine showdown. You had a guard versus a front court player. I guess that's kind of unique about that dunk contest as well too. I never really thought about that, but at least the Jordan Wilkins, the Jordan Wilkins dunk contest, there was a similarity in both those players. Even T-Mac himself, or Vince Carter versus T-Mac, the year that Vince Carter was going crazy. T-Mac had kind of an underrated dunk contest that year, and was he the second best guy? Because Steve Francis threw down. There's a reason that 2000 dunk contest is so iconic, because you can throw it on to watch it. And do we just watch the 2000s dunk contest tonight? I mean, it would be. I guess it's not the 25th anniversary tonight, but we could celebrate the 25th anniversary of the 2000 dunk contest this tonight for sure. After the Tyler album, a little sports refresher, maybe just to see. Like we said, Chad, it's barely been 24 hours since the Summer League Championship. We're already craving something that's like, can we go back and watch a dunk contest? Hey, yo. But, and do we have to shout out Charlotte for getting the win last night? I don't think we have to, but they definitely did. It was the first trophy, they said, in Charlotte franchise history for the Hornets themselves. The first piece of hardware that they've got, that they've gotten in the NBA so far. So shout out to the franchise. I think it would have been the same for Sacramento as well too, the team that they were playing in the championship game. So it really shows you. It really does kind of prove the winning culture thing that kind of gets lost in the whole conversation. I mean, it doesn't get lost, but just kind of the term gets thrown around, and you never really understand what that impact is from a player development standpoint. But to see even the ripple effects of it into these lower levels as well too, where again, even in the developmental leagues, in the process of the players getting better, the teams that are still the teams that are competing for the championships are still the teams that is like, they're in the G League, they have the best G League teams, they have but I mean, again, it makes sense, but it's not something you think about when you necessarily think about, or again, even not necessarily the culture part of it, but even having having it extend into the into the G League and into the developmental stuff and into the summer league and into basically, when you kind of talk about the every scope of the franchise, again, you kind of, it can get isolated to just the regular season playoff type thing. And even in the games, outside of the games, like we're saying, summer league, the off-season workout stuff, it's just like, okay, why are the same teams winning every year? Because there's a process in place, there's leadership, there's, a mindset that everybody has. They're able to, gravitate toward players in their process that line up with those type of things. And, you just get these dominant teams as well, too. So it is kind of crazy. I don't know how many teams are left like that haven't won. Because, again, now, the last handful of years, how long have they actually had Summer League as well, too? It did it even, I would say even go back to the 90s, but I'm not saying, the 90s is old. I'm just saying that in terms of the NBA Finals, the amount of Summer League championships, it's not like there's a ton of them yet. And, there's even fewer Commissioner's Cups at this point. So it is kind of a correlation as well, too, of who has won the finals. And I guess you could say a conference championship as well, too. Like if a team made the finals recently. So like Indiana, they've won the conference a couple of times. Is that would count? That definitely counts. I don't know if we're saying, I guess the Colts fan over here is saying the conference championship wins count. I don't know, we're saying that the Pacers they need to put up a banner for the run that they just had. I think it would be a little bit more well received though, because, it's not like the Colts were, we were, had some years where there was some like come from behind victories and some things like that, but they were always a dominant regular season team. There was always an expectation in the playoffs for them to do well. So again, not to say that the Pacers were supposed to suck in the playoffs, but of course the idea of them making it to the finals was a little bit we definitely underestimated that going into the first round for sure. But yeah, I think it definitely counts in terms of that type. If we're counting a summer league finals as like a piece of achievement for for a franchise, then I think winning your conference has to be like that as well too. Or it wouldn't be winning a division, right? Has Charlotte never even won the division as well too? Okay, Tyler the Creator, ayo. It is what it is. The only person that could just be like get sidetracked with a Charlotte Hornets thought instead of the Tyler the Creator album is, I think, the Remington Pod. Wait, where'd the webpage go? Hey, yo, chat. My bad. Let's see if we can get it pulled back up here. Boom. Okay, we are cooking. Let's see. Has Charlotte ever won the division? Because Sacramento, again, so maybe those two teams are the last couple. Because I guess Washington, technically, I'm thinking the Wizards as well, too, for going recent history. But Washington technically has. If you go back far enough, chat, hey, yo, you eventually do run into an old finals win over there for the Washington Bullets back in of course, the 70s. But 10 playoff appearances in general for Charlotte. I guess, is it going to say if they won the division as well? I guess they haven't. It would say it wouldn't, but would it say 0 division wins as well, too? Wait, has Charlotte won 50? Okay, they've won 50 games 3 times. So there is a good chance. 54 games in 96, 97. Lost in the Eastern Conference first rounds. Wait, Cowens was the coach back then? Hey, that's kind of a fun guy to have in the mix. So wait a second. Let's see. Do we have division rankings here? I guess it was only 2 divisions in each conference. So a little bit more, only 4 division winners that year. So no, they were not. They were 4th in their division, actually. Of course, Chicago, 69 wins. Hey, yo, shout out. MJ. But Atlanta with 56, Detroit with 54 as well too, and then Charlotte with 54. Also, New York was 57, and Miami was 61. So I mean, the East was kind of stacked that year. Hey, yo, the good teams were really winning a lot of games. Utah was 64. 3 60-win teams in a season in 96, 97. That might be a record, Chad. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. But hey, pause. Well, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that is a record. 3 teams. I mean, even the amount of, again, 56, 55 plus win teams, and then we got 2 teams hovering at 54. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams with 55 plus wins feels a little excessive. Let's see if we can compare like 22, 23. I don't know. Again, out of COVID, what's fair to compare and what's not. But yeah, we had two teams, just two teams in general, in 22-23 win over 55 games. And, we could say as well, too, that the league is more balanced and, the depth of the league is better than ever. But it also, that period of the league in the 90s would have been the period as well, too. Maybe the first sort of MJ run, the earlier 90s, would have been a little bit more stacked than the late 90s because you kind of have some of those 80s stars still in the mix. So if you're just looking at the names of the guys that are playing, and they're still good as well too, but if you just look at the names of the guys that are playing as well, there's like, oh man, the intersection of all this talent is crazy. But this year we only had 3 teams win 55 plus games, and they all won 60 games. So 3 teams with 60 plus wins this year. I guess again that is a lot, but the rest of the teams around it weren't necessarily, 5 other teams with 55 plus wins as well too is not necessarily the case. But shout out. So wait a second. I feel like that would have been in the, maybe we just missed that stat, but I feel like that would have been around for most 60-win teams in a season this past year. So maybe there is a season with 4 that we are not necessarily seeing here. Let's see. Is there a single season team wins leaders stat that we can pull up here on Basketball Reference? They got to have it, right? They got to have it. Maybe? No? We just go back and look at Hall of Fame probability again. Quadruple doubles? Hey, yo. Oh, 50-point games. Hey, yo. Okay, we found some tabs that we might go... some searches on... Hey, yo, it's always great to unlock a new search on Basketball Reference, right, chat? Hey, yo. But let's see. They don't have necessarily team wins as an option. Trailers index? What's trailers index? Regular season trailers. Leaderboard trailers applied to the following. Is this like a preview of the player going into the season? Hey, who knows? Again, just unlocking more stuff to go back and look up later. But anyways, what are we talking about? Something about 60-win teams. So shout out to the 96-97 season, I guess. And the amount... Oh, did we just lose the game? Hey, yo. Where'd Vivica Fox go? Okay, chat. Wait a second. Timeout. We got to get Vivica Fox back on the TV. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think there is... I think it's appropriate as well, too, because there's... I was seeing some posts about, of course, the album cover that Tyler has for this latest album. Maybe part of it drawing inspiration from Get Rich, Die Trying. So 50 Cent, Get Rich, Die Trying. 2003, 50 Cent. 50 Cent, Vivica Fox, Get Rich, Die Trying. It all kind of makes sense. Now it's all inspiring, Tyler, the Creator, tonight for what could be a fun album as well, too. I haven't seen anything. I haven't, stayed away from looking at anything of the album up until this point. Haven't listened to anything. Haven't tried to read any reactions to see what people are saying. I haven't even looked up the track list. I did see. I was scrolling through Instagram or YouTube or something right before this, and I did see a quick clip, and I just swipe away to the next one. Like, oh, no spoilers. So I saw maybe like a couple seconds of it. Hey yo, and then I did see that the runtime was only like about 28 minutes as well too. So it is a little bit of a more condensed product as well. And I did see him release a statement on the, I saw him release. He released like a more longer pause thought about the album on Instagram as well too. But he had some kind of short form post about, or maybe this was clipped out in that statement. Whichever way it was, I saw it in a short form way. But I saw him basically saying kind of what Kendrick said on Whacked Out Murals on GNX, was basically like the idea of there's really not going to be a concept to this album. And I guess that implying that this album is more about the fun, sort of energetic, just have a good time type bars that you saw Kendrick kind of mess around with on GNX. And I think that is interesting for Tyler here too, because it's interesting the way that he has always kind of paralleled his career to Kendrick in that way. And I don't know if it is always intentional, but it always feels like he has kind of followed him in some of the conceptual stuff for sure. I mean, even to the point where you would see, Kendrick on Mr. Morale at his most vulnerable, really delving into sort of some issues that you really feel like, it's like, okay, maybe some, not saying that, it's not great that he didn't share what he shared on the tracks, but you're like, oh, you got to credit, of course, again, a guy for being this vulnerable. But Tyler on Chromacopia, you could have said that was his most, lyrically dense, and what he's trying to go for on that album is also in kind of that vibe as well too. And then to see Kendrick kind of pivot away from all that stuff in GNX, and for him to just immediately start the album that way with like, again, we're just gonna have fun in this album. This is not about the concept stuff. This is just an album about bars and about having great songs to listen to. And it seems like that is, I don't know if I'm so my guess is that this is all, but who knows? I mean, there could be stuff that he made in the past as well here too. But this could also, again, just be stuff that he's made within that time from Chromacopia till now. And it is kind of interesting as well too with that, again, even GNX as well too, with some of those 2024 projects where some of the legs into this point into 2025, I think you look at the numbers and it's still overall definitely there, but there is kind of and maybe it's just, again, this is how crazy we are in the modern times, that we just go 9 months after an album and it's like, hey, well, okay, Tyler, Kendrick, can we get more albums again? But it's also, again, a credit to their music, that it's that we just want new music that often from these guys, and that also we're listening to the music that they do drop enough where it's like, okay, in a couple of months I've listened to this music so much, can we get some more music? But again, just the way that Kendrick has moved like that is kind of interesting. And I think it's again, that's like a Kobe sort of MJ thing, where it's not necessarily a bad thing where it's like, oh, Kobe's copying MJ. I think at the end of the day, okay, did it not work out? But it is interesting for that sort of, again, the bigger picture scope of it, where Kendrick always does seem to be moving not even just like one step ahead of everybody, but it's just part of him being, I guess, the influence thing kind of goes both ways, but because, again, he's so influential that the way he moves, people just follow him, and he's always just kind of moved true to how he's felt. So I always think that Tyler's done the same thing as well too, but it's just interesting that it's always kind of, again, reflected what Kendrick said, and it's a credit to those type of guys as well too. I mean, you always imagine that the next generation, everybody's going to be inspired by the legends that came before him. So I mean, it makes sense, and why wouldn't you be inspired by those guys? But it is kind of cool. And I was seeing also, in addition to 50 Cent as well, there was some Ludacris inspiration, and I guess I did see some people saying that he was dipping into his Ludacris bag a little bit, I guess, maybe in some of his flows and bars in this album. And LL Cool J as well too is being, so I guess, again, I don't know if he expressed explicitly what his influences are in this album and in this type of project, but breaking down, I guess, the artwork and some of the other stuff, those were some of the names that I was seeing float around. So we got 10 songs here, 28 minutes, and my guess would have been no features as well, looking at the track list. So I guess at this point, again, having not listened to it, we know that, I guess, the streaming services can delay displaying the names of the features on the albums before listening to them a couple of days. But again, if this project is just Tyler recently, just feels like he has this, pause, but if he feels like he's got this energy, he's got to get out. Hey, it is what it is. But you get what we're saying. From a musical standpoint, then his, not even just his ability to collaborate with somebody, but his need to collaborate with people in a project that type of way, because he's always been able to sort of use his collaborators to help tell a story as well too, and has always, if he has had collaborators on a project, they've always been kind of a major part of the project. Like, he hasn't necessarily shied away from having a ton of features on the album as well too. So Igor, of course, is there any features on Igor? Yeah, Igor has no features, but Flower Boy is stacked with features. Shout out Chromacopia as well too, has a good variety. I mean, it's a good balance of the Tyler solo tracks for sure, but a lot of the features on you know, as you would expect as well too, a lot of the standout tracks. And then Call Me If You Get Lost, of course, he's got the DJ drama aesthetic, and that vibe just kind of plays throughout the entire album. So there is a little bit of a, you know, it's not a collab project, but there is a little bit of that background. Again, you don't want to say like sidekick guy, but you get, you know, that kind of sidekick guy, I guess, to help along. And of course, a lot of features as well too. So a little bit of a different lane as well for this Don't Tap the Glass project. Hey, yo, I don't know if Tyler is just putting in a couple different letters there for you know, marketing purposes, make it a little easier on the labels, but we shall see what we have here. Hey, yo, chat, it's gonna get fiery in the studio. Do I need to turn the temperature down? Give me a second. We'll be right back. We gotta make sure the atmosphere is right for the set the mood for the Tyler album. Hey, yo, I don't know if that's what this album is. Is this a Tyler R&B album? Is that next? I don't know. That could be kind of crazy. Hey, yo, but we'll see what Tyler's got in a second. Just a second. Chat, we are testing. There we go. We are ready to go. We got to get on the Spotify, and let me get it pulled up on the phone, and then we can get this thing a plan and see what we got. Spotify, it's just been right on the home page the entire day. It's like, why have you not clicked on it yet? Okay, finally. Time. Big Poe. Hey, yo. Sugar on my tongue. Sucka free. Hey, yo. Okay, Tyler. Sucka free. We'll see what we get there, I guess, on track 3. But we start with Big Poe. And I guess 10 tracks, all of them important. We got no intro, interlude type stuff. I guess here, let me check the runtime on the computer. Yeah, so just bars, chat. Just verses. No concept. Throw it all out the window. Let's see what we got. Tyler, he's stepping in the ring. Who's he beefing with now? Is he going to call anybody out? It is crazy to go into an album released in 2025 and not have a beef against another artist. So we'll try not to get taken down, chat. Ayo, forgive us for the mutes. It is what it is. And it'll be fun, of course, to see where he takes this production, if he is going to be in a little bit more of a, you know, if he's going to be pursuing a more gangster rap type vibe, then, of course, how does his production reflect that? Which you could see a lot of the funkiness and the aggression in his production. It's not necessarily a crazy crossover. but for him to just lean into it more and to see where his variety and where he wants to take that type of stuff. Because, I mean, he's about as advanced of a producer as you're going to get at this stage in the game as well, too. So I guess should we even double check if he does, you know, if he's got no feature credits? I wouldn't imagine that he's out working with other producers. Produced by Tyler? Okay, for sure. For sure. He's not throwing us a curveball that way, Chad. I mean, it would be cool, of course, if it was like another version of him working with other DJs, but hey, Tyler in the booth as well, too. I'm a fan. Oh, Tyler, he's out. We got to pay attention to the lyrics. Okay, he's out on white people with dreadlocks. People, we got to check. Okay, wait, we're good. We're good. Whew. These are natural curls. He didn't say he's out on white people with a perm, so we're still safe. And you could see a lot too. We get the jump ad libs in the hook there. You could see a lot of his just mini rollout that he was rolling out, you know, that he had for this album. And a lot of the little marketing stuff and the pop out show that he was doing was themed around, you know, that dancing energy and that type of fun let loose vibe. So that's just even, I guess that is that 50 Cent where he was able to balance both those things, the gangster, but also, and I guess, you know, Dr. Dre as well too, shout out, but the gangster and then the club aspect of it as well too, where people were dancing to it, but it also had that, you know, that pause, that hard vibe to it. Hey, yo, can we just go silent after saying that? I don't know, chat. It is what it is. Okay, Sugar on My Tongue. Here we go. Tyler just breezing through that 3-minute track. Hey, yo, that was catchy. We're good to go. Oh, okay, I guess, what's this one? Mominem? Mominem, is this a JID track? Mominem? I guess it's only a minute 15. But everything else not bad. Here we go. Okay, we got a little lock in. Sugar on My Tongue. It does feel like he is back in his Igor bag for sure with the production on this, at least through the first 2 tracks. Because, I mean, in Chromacopia, you could see the attempt to kind of mesh a lot of the sounds that he had been working with together and to fold it, you know, throughout the album. But then the way he's layering and the sampling that he's choosing in the album as well, too. But this does have that same sort of energy that Igor provides as well. And Igor is a very, you know, I mean, dance along album to that as well too. I mean, you know, again, the energy that Tyler's music has in general, there is that type of presence has always been there, for sure. But he was able to diversify a little bit across his other albums, and he could be back in that bag. So again, I don't know the timeline for this stuff. Igor, you know, Igor sort of, there's some Igor cuts from back in the day. Some unreleased stuff on here as well, too. Who knows? I guess that would... I don't know if that takes away from... I guess if he has one concept track on the album, it doesn't make it a concept album, right? He's got to make sure to just put no concept stuff around it to make sure. But if it's no concept, then is that a concept? Is this the new concept album that Kendrick has started? The no concept album. And I guess the reason I brought up the Kendrick thing as well, too, is because I always kind of thought of him as... Again, in sort of the producer-rapper sort of duo, the 2-in-1, there was a little bit of a Kanye, you know, Cole as well too, for sure. But it did feel like with what he was doing with his vocals, and I mean, you know, I think with this as well too, trying to continue to prove what he can do lyrically, because, you know, he was really awesome on that Clips album as well too. And again, I mean, he definitely gets respect as an artist. But I think this generation, especially, as much as we look at the guys in this generation, like, and we say the next big three, and I mean, as much as, you know, Tyler and Travis do get included in that, there is sort of that, there is sort of a next generation perspective, I think, to the way that their games and careers are handled, where it does feel like it does feel like the perception of it is that Cole and Kendrick and Drake are sort of the last of these old school guys. And, you know, I guess you could make your case about Drake however the way you want to say it. But I think obviously he still does have the old school roots for sure. But, and, you know, I guess you could say a guy like Jid as well, too, is definitely carrying that legacy on. But I think Tyler does as well, too. And I just don't think he necessarily, I mean, from even myself, my own personal mindset standpoint, I don't necessarily put him on that level quite as a rapper as well too. It is, of course, the scope of the what he's able to do as an artist, again, with his production, with his storytelling on his albums, with the ability to have the hits in the mix as well too. But just what he is able, the projects that he's been able to put out, of course, have been a little bit more in full than just like this. And he does have the bars as well too. Again, that's why I'm saying that I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying that I'm wrong and not thinking this. But I never like put him in the next generation of the lyricist of Kendrick. The lineage is like Pac and Kendrick, and then Tyler the Creator in that type of way. Again, you may think of, or I might think of that as like the West Coast awesomeness. You know, just the artist at the peak West Coast artist, the peak artist at the time sort of lineage in that way. But also trying to carry that mantle on as well too, I think is important for sure. And again, he is doing it / I think can continue to, if he leans into that bag more, continue to prove some of that stuff. I mean, you know, he was rhyming with Orange on that Clips album. I mean, that's you know, some Eminem level work right there in the bars that he's dropping for sure. So to be able to, I mean, we're just suck a free chat. Hey yo, this would sound like a bop. It was just you know, chill enough to be able to have in the background. I guess chill. I don't know if that's the vibe he's going for here, but it did seem there was a laid backness to that album for sure. Okay, wait a second. Do we got a little build going on here? Ayo, a little some bars, some fast rap from our guy Tyler. Just the little like minimal strings in the back. Ooh, Tyler. It's creepy. I don't know if he'll keep this going into the next track, or if this is again just a little intermission kind of creeping, haunting thing. But either way, it works. We'll see what he does with it. 20 seconds. Okay, let's see if we get a Tyler transition here. Hey, yo. Next track. Yeah, he does keep it going. I don't know if it's going to be the whole beat or if he's going to flip it into it. There he goes. You know, it had the feeling of he was going to use that to his advantage for sure. A minute 15, it wasn't just going to be a little bit of a waste of an interlude. Again, if he's in that Igor bag, that's what he was doing on Igor with some of those shorter tracks on there for sure, because that's also a condensed track as well too. That's like a 13 track list album. This might be his best beat so far. If he hasn't, again, I'm predetermined that kind of that more up-tempo aggressive vibe in some of these tracks. And I think this is the one that really is hitting a lot of those boxes so far. There's a good bounce to this one, but it is, again, a little bit of that aux banger track from Tyler. So this, again, we're great so far, but this is a contender for #1 right now, for sure. And also, again, playing off that the queuing up the transition there from those tracks is a pretty good move from our guy as well. You know he's going to be in his bag for that one. Uh-oh, chat. The tracks from Jack Boys 2 are going to be having some competition. Hey, yo. It is what it is. Tyler, is he beefing with Travis as well? Is everybody beefing with Travis right now? Is he vulnerable? Hey, yo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, the little sirens. Chat, I don't know. I didn't have it turned up loud enough. I don't know. He had sirens playing out there. But the way he had him kicking in at the end even was great. Okay, ring, ring. Here we go. We got a little bit of a pivot on this track. This does have some Heart Part 6 type vibes to it. This does have some 90s R&B kind of guitar vibes to the production. And we'll have to see, you know, if he's flipping samples here or if he's, you know, what's he's cooking up for his own beats, I guess. But, and we've got the classic little 2-part track as well, too. Just a mini version of it, I guess, but the next one. But this is, I mean, Tyler, he's in his bag right now. Uh-oh. I mean, just in terms of the laid-back vibes, I would say that this is right up there with anything you had on Chromacopia production-wise. Anyways, I mean, especially for the, I mean, guys, you know, for this time of year as well, too. Chromacopia was a good release for the time of year as well. It was a little, there was times where he was getting a little bit, again, some of the beats, a little darker vibes, a little bit, you felt like some stuff you could get, you know, kind of under the, you know, get a little buried into the covers too at times, maybe. This does have that kind of cruising vibe for perfect kind of summer, end of summer, fall type vibes. Tyler, I mean, timing is, he's always had good timing with his music releases, of course, like we're saying. And that was, I think, again, to go back to the point of the 2024 release stuff. And again, maybe it is the modern consumption of it and knowing how the modern fan bases just want music in 2025. But there was, I think, even recently, just a little bit of a dip. And again, we could definitely go double check. Like, I think GNX is still streaming just fine. But at least in terms of the high of those albums, like GNX and Chromacopia and even some of the other super strong 24 releases, Hearthstone Psycho. I remember seeing a short from the 2024, or from the NFR pod talking about how the music they were listening to from 2024 is still in their release, still in their rotations, I guess. And they were saying, like, again, it's not to say that this stuff is bad and this stuff is cut out of playlists, stuff like that, but it's just, is this currently the stuff that's in your rotation? It was like, okay, I've kind of gone away from this. And again, I think we are at that point where some of the 2024 stuff has been played enough at this point. It's not to say that, again, it's to go away. But maybe we might be going back to other parts of the discography or other things from that year that weren't necessarily in major rotation. Or, again, it's like I wasn't bumping Hearthstone Psycho and I was bumping GNX, but now it's the other way around or vice versa or whatever. So it is a good time, again, for Tyler to just have a little bit of a bump in new music. Because GNX is a little bit different for Kendrick because just as an album perspective, like, he did have, it was an album, again, related to the beef. So there's the timeline of the start of the beef to when does he release the album. But also, Mr. Morale was in 2022, so it was kind of his time to release an album as well, too. Like, this is not necessarily, again, Tyler, the creator, needs to release a project. What is that expectation for the next album? How does this fit? This is that great. This almost, again, feels more like a mixtape, again, for Tyler. I think what now is considered a mixtape and an album, I don't know, what the classifications are these days. But it does feel like that, again, just that new hit of Tyler music where And like he's saying again, this is not about the cohesiveness of the project. At the end of the day, even if it's not about the cohesiveness of the project, it's about, is the cohesiveness of the project can be, are all the songs really great? Is this, is there enough really great material on here to listen to? But just in theory, the idea to have, even a couple new Tyler songs to listen to, if this was like a 3 or a 4 pack, but also just the little hype of having the album as well too, to be able to extend it to that level, I think does create a little bit of anticipation for it as well too. And I like to see the way that he has been flexing his muscles of popularity in the way that he seems to be shortening his rollouts for this type of stuff. Like, would have to go back and double check the timelines for all of his rollouts, but even like the Chromacopia one was not necessarily like, was that, for where he like actually released it, but then when he started like ramping up promo for it, like it really did feel like we got about 2 weeks of promo for that album. And again, that was Tyler. It's been a couple of years. There's the anticipation of the actual project, quote unquote, from him. We're looking forward to it in a different type of way. And he still only, again, put about a couple of weeks into the real thick part of the pause, of the rollout to ramp it up. And this one, of course, was just like a weekend, just like a couple of days of him being like, okay, I've got this project, it's dropping, here's an event, here's a thing. And then you see the billboards, and you see him kind of, hitting all the creative stuff that all the creative levels that he's been able to hit in these marketing rollout type of ways. And again, using the events and the pop-out shows and all that different type of stuff. But still has been able to streamline it to where he knows that he's still able to, his fan base is ready, that people are, on alert for when Tyler, the Creator, is popping up on a feature or when he's just dropping any type of project. So he knows that, again, there's just going to be an initial commercial reception to any of his stuff at this point. And to be able to still combine both those things is pretty impressive. And, the other thing you hear him get credit for, of course, is his ability to create these different characters across his different albums. And he really does do it once again here as well, too. Like, again, I don't know if he's got a protagonist in this one. I guess we could go back and do like a lyric listen, I guess. Dive through the lyrics. But, just again, even the aesthetic and the artwork and just the visual that he's creating with these simple things are different in a unique thing for his discography as well too. Like just the different characters on each of his covers as well. He's been always able to lay out a new world, a new aesthetic, a new type of vibe for each of his projects. So even again, if he's not in the lyrics conceptually having it in the same way throughout the course of the project, just to have the project like cased in this type of unique thing is kind of cool as well too. So it doesn't feel like he's gone as crazy with the last couple of tracks. The B-sides, chat, ayo. This is the R&B side of Tyler we were hoping for, the laid back vibes. I don't know. I mean, Tyler is just an automatic at this point, chat. It is what it is. Like, we really have to do that list because I remember, a couple of summers ago, we had a conversation with one of Sam's friends about, I don't even remember, we were talking about either Nolan or Kendrick, but they both came up in the same conversation. And we were talking about people that just had the highest hit rates amongst their projects. And, just like, okay, when is Kendrick missed with an album? Even the albums that you would rank near the bottom of his discography, again, it's just they're at the bottom of anything, because it's his own discography. Kind of same with Nolan. You're just kind of comparing his own movies against themselves at this point. All of his stuff is amazing. You could kind of pick great directors as well too. Nolan hasn't, like, he's been selective enough with his projects that he hasn't had some of the bloat of some directors at this point. But, and kind of same with Kendrick. in terms of pacing out his albums. And, you know, Tyler a little bit as well, too. Like, he does have, again, that earlier run where he was just in a different phase of his career and off of the Odd Future stuff. Like, he was just doing a different thing. So you almost, of course, could consider that his mixtape phase. And if you were just saying that, you know, since he started reinventing himself with Flower Boy, like this, the reinvention of Tyler, Tyler refocusing on music in a more, I don't want to say difference here. I think had said himself in a more serious way. Like before he's dropped See You Again, he talked about the process of him, really locking in to make music. And just him again in that transformation since that project till now, there's really nothing that he hasn't dropped that hasn't been good. And again, it's not even just looking at the album and going, this album is passable, this album is a great project, this album has enough good songs on it to be considered a good album. It is the fact that every track on the album is good. I guess if you're skipping, again, you just almost feel like at some point you're like, do I just have to have it skip for Tyler? Like, maybe it's just the bias of some other guys that I like. Okay, like, if I want to keep J. Cole up in my, if I want to say I'm a J. Cole guy, like, I guess I have to skip some Tyler songs at some point. But there really is just, and again, I guess I could go back and revisit Flower Boy. Hot take, I guess that's the one of this era that we go back the least to. But again, it's stacked discography all the way around. So, it's like, okay, we're listening to Igor, Chromacopia, I guess the latest three. Since for most of it, but so I don't know if there's like one on there that's like, okay, this one's kind of tough, but Kendrick's the same way. If you're skipping a Kendrick song, it's not because it's not good necessarily. I guess maybe GNX, not the album but the song, maybe the GNX song is kind of close to not good. I guess I need to go back and replay that one. Hey yo, I'll cue that one up after this album is done here. So I will try not to make sure it plays next. But there's only one song after this. So we'll get that. Shout out to, Hidda J3, Young Threat in the features on this album. Or on this song. For sure. But I just don't remember if this was the best production choice for the album. We'll have to go back and remember. So, I don't know if Tyler in his last couple projects less skips than Kendrick, and I guess you could say as well too on Mr. Morale, he did have not necessarily what do you consider a skip, but he did have, of course, some more, we'll say, some poetic tracks on that album, not necessarily some songs for the aux playlist. Definitely more of the structure of the album and what he's kind of trying to present there. But you go back and look at that project, it makes sense with the way he was structuring the both sides of both discs on the album with some of the hits, and then again leading into kind of that storytelling track on each of those there. Like, it does make sense, and it does still provide a good listening experience, because it's not like, it's just like, okay, here's the run of poems on the album as well too, which might have worked. Again, it's like those tracks aren't, we're not sitting here saying those are bad tracks. Those are obviously great tracks. It's just they're not traditional songs, obviously, hot takes. So you just they're not going to be played in the traditional way. They're more meant for the structure of the album. But again, he's like, just any kind of whatever that he's producing is usually going to be good as well too. Which again, you start going into some guys as well. Drake's obviously the easy name to bring up when we're talking about a guy in this conversation to say it, but that has kind of been the struggle with the projects sort of in the moment with them. And, why they do end up, of course, becoming beloved projects for the hits they have. But when you listen to the thing start to finish, again, they don't necessarily have that same sort of fine polish that some of the other album projects have. So it takes a second. You're like, I got to find the ones that I kind of got to shuffle around and listen to. And this is my set of songs off of this album that I listen to. And then, again, the album becomes beloved because I really, really love these songs. And maybe, again, you really gravitate back towards some tracks as well too, where, that happens. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm listening to the other ones. I'll listen to this one. I listen to this, and then it's like, maybe in a couple years we'll be on here being like, actually, what has no skips? Some sexy songs for you. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, in terms of the conversation, that's where it kind of becomes different between the artists. And that's where Tyler, I think, is really, now setting himself apart and striving as well too. I mean, Cole is definitely in that mix, but I think, I mean, 7 Minute Drill, definitely did get deleted later, but a couple on those tracks again for me, I'm about as easy to, there's the baseline for a good song for me is about as low as any music fan's gonna get. So just most anything by an artist that I like. Okay, you can kind of see it reflected in our Tubi watching experiences, where it's like, okay, wait a second, it's got a guy that we like in it. Okay, shocker, I guess it's a great movie. So it's like, okay, if we're into the artist, we're probably gonna like the song. Hey, it is what it is. But Tyler is on that level where there's just not there's no bad songs. What's the last bad song that Tyler dropped? Honestly, like, is there something? Oh, maybe Hey Judy. Are we okay? We're queuing up Hey Judy next. Is that what it is? Or no, Judge Judy. Judge Judy. We'll see. Oh, You is the lowest stream song off his last time. Oh no, Tomorrow. Oh, wait a second. The outro track. I Hope You Find Your Way Home. Well, we know that song is a good song. I mean, we know this album's a great album. So, but I guess Judge Judy is the one song they don't have saved into a playlist. Hey, yo. So let me add this to the queue real quick and see what we can get real here. We'll compare this to GNX. Okay, it'll be up next. And then GNX and see what the skip the skip competition is between these guys, because otherwise I don't know, I can't really think of one. Chat again, we're not going to dig back into the early 20 teens for our guy Tyler. We're just going to start at Flower Boy and go from there, or maybe Wolf as well too. I don't know. It is what it is. It's still Tyler was just he's in a different phase of his career at that point. He still had to mature as an artist, I guess. It is what it is. But he was still, I think in some ways, again, for what he was going for as well, too. And, if we have to have that critique, again, with movies, and we're literally, again, watching Juwanna Mann in the back. So, it's on BET, it's not us. But, you got the idea of if a movie is good at what it's going for, then again, is it a good movie? Is it going for an Oscar movie? Is it going for comedy? Or is it going for over the top sort of slasher horror stuff in this type of way? Like, if it's able to achieve that, then it works, right? So it's like, okay, what Tyler was kind of going for in a way early in his career, just kind of going against the grain in so many different ways. It's like, well, I mean, he definitely was. It was working, I guess, if that's what the point was. Okay, wait a second. So this is potentially his only skip, because make no mistake, I don't know if he's like the 14 tracks and he got a skip on it in Chromacopia. It's like we can't risk it. We got to go 10 tracks in this next one, but I didn't hear a skip on that. So we'll double check Judge Judy and just see what it is. Yeah, it's a little tough. I'm not gonna lie. The production, even his voice, it's okay. But even if the song is got some weird vocals or whatever, if it's well produced, I guess I'm not necessarily like a Playboy Cardi guy. But again, if the artist has a song where he's going for something a little bit different lyrically, but still well produced, I'll be like, yeah, I'll listen to it for a great production. But even this one, it's a little like I'm not necessarily like, oh, I need to listen to that Judge Judy beat, and I'll just go ahead and listen through the Judge Judy part of it as well too. But again, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad song per se, but I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just too generous at the end of the day. So wait, do we go to GNX? Kendrick? We'll see what our guy Kendrick has for skips, but maybe this one's more fun than I remember. Hey, yo, maybe we keep it kind of low on the volume. It works. I mean, obviously it's more fun than Judge Judy. So, I mean, not the show. I think Judge Judy, the show, is still better than either of these tracks. But it's a little bit, you know, the distortedness of it makes it a little weird to listen to. And I don't know. I feel like maybe we might be bumping GNX the track. Who knows? Okay, let me go back to the Kendrick. We're replaying GNX chat. Let me go back to the Kendrick flow on this real quick. The little ad libs at the beginning. Okay. Chat, I just playlisted it. I'm back in. GNX is a good song, so never mind. Kendrick doesn't have a skip. Oh, so Tyler, you know, it's at the studio. You know, it is what it is. I'll come back. Pause. Whoa. Hey yo. I'll like the song at some point. Again, it's getting streamed. I guess 81. It's, you know, it's people are bumping it, so I'm in the wrong here. It is what it is. We'll definitely get on its good side at some point. But yeah, I didn't hear a miss in our Don't Tap the Glass first listen through. So should we do a little lyrical deep dive? I don't know who would he call out at this point? Because I guess if he always, I mean, shout out to Tyler, but he does have a little bit of the Batman sort of vibe, where his villains aren't quite the tier of some of the other guys. Like, it does seem like Tyler will get into a beef with like Ian or something like that. You know, it's like, okay, Tyler, you know, I understand the point that you're making about what the industry has become, but also, you know, it's, oh, you can go bar for bar with Ian. Oh, well, you know, Tyler can't, but you know, it's like, oh, you know, it's obviously this is not worth your time. You know, are the Chiefs gonna be like, wait a second, the Purdue Boilermakers are talking smack? Like, you know, it's just not gonna happen. And so, at some point, it's like, you know, where's the smart use of your energy? But commenting on the greater state of the game is also important as well too. So if he calls out Ian on this album, then it is what it is. It's a little like how Russillo always says that Scott Van Pelt just loves responding to people about SportsCenter comments, even if it's like, hey, you're SVP, like, just leave it alone. You're winning. It's like, Tyler, it's, you know, it's Ian. We're spreading COVID. Yeah. Hey, you're fine. It is what it is. Like, Tyler, just let it go. I think I think you proved the point by just being the artist. You know, just the artist that you are. Just like proves the point, I think, that you're trying to make. But let's see here. Let me get the song pulled up. Okay, we do have a Pharrell credit on this album, so he's not credited as the feature. I guess we wasn't paying attention enough. Does he have a verse, or is it, oh, he's verse 3? Okay, so I was definitely talking over at that point and not paying attention. So let's fire this back up and see what we've got. Big Poe, track number 2. So good, bold move, I guess, getting Pharrell, and not as a producer, especially, I mean, Pharrell in his bag right now after what he just did on the Clips album. Pause. Or he is, you know, is Pharrell burnt out after what he just did on them. So I guess, is Big Poe the persona of this album? Is the first question. I was saying that maybe he doesn't have a protagonist, but maybe the protagonist is Big Poe. Number 1, body movement. No sitting still. Number 2, only speaking glory. Leave your baggage at home. Number 3, don't tap the glass. So those are the rules. Is this like Fight Club, chat? Hey, yo, rule number 1, don't talk about Big Poe. Hey, yo, pause. But let's see. I'm going to skip ahead to a Big Poe reference. Oh, why is Genius going to be a little stinker tonight? Did not load. Am I going to have to pull Genius up on the phone and just translate it? I guess. Do I even have it up in the background right now? Anyways, okay, I guess I don't have it on screen. Anyways. So I guess we might not be able to pull up Genius on screen for you guys to follow along with. Oh, no. It is what it is, right? It's a big bummer. But here, I guess, of course, I am interested to make sure I'm catching everything myself. So I'm going to still pull it up for journalistic integrity. I'll get the phone out. IT, am I allowed to use my phone for journalistic integrity? They said it's okay. So, yeah, the 9th album, again, it's like, how are you segmenting the different parts of Tyler's career. But the 9th studio album is quite the discography at this point for Tyler as well too. So I mean, the work has definitely been put in. He is earning legend status in his own right. So wait a second. Big Poe. So yeah, it's saying that that's his new alter ego for this album is Big Poe. So once again, Tyler the Creator, creating alter egos. Crazy. Great job. Big Poe. I'm all in. Whoa, pause. Hey, yo. That's wild. But I'm a fan of the persona, I guess I should say. So let's see here. Yeah. So I guess, again, the rules, body movement, only speak in glory, leave your baggage at home, don't tap the glass, burn it down, turn it up, chat. Hey, yo. Okay. Eat the cream pie in the back seat? Hey, yo. IT, are we going to get taken down for that? YouTube might just ban us. I mean, we might have to turn the song down at this point. Hey, yo. It is what it is. Sorry, kids. But we just skip to the Pharrell verse. I think Pharrell's got more better kind of. I'm in Paris where it rains, married to the game, 40 carats in the rangs. Is that how he said it? And what you drive ain't compared to the chains. Told my accountant hurry up with the plane. G700 on the globe with 8,000. Those are extended with the miles. Virginia, Florida, France is the housing. I got a bunch of wolves. They all down big. Okay, so a couple of bars from our guy Pharrell. Not bad. Married to the game, 40 carats in the ring. Okay, we got a little annotation there. It says nothing. I don't know. Pharrell, he's got his stuff up for Push T. Where somebody's taking shots at Travis Scott somewhere. Ayo. It is what it is. It's got to happen. But, yeah, I'm, Big Poe, shout out. No cell phone. This is a dead spot. Oh, okay. Another rule. I guess leave your baggage at home. You're not allowed to have your phone on ya as well, too. You sneak photos, you get your hands chopped. Whoa. And no white. Oh, that's where. And then we don't trust white people in dreadlocks. Hey, yo. Big dog ball over here. Sandlot. I'm swimming in the green. I'm a ham hock. Whoa. I'll get the metal ringing like the can top pop. Tyler, I'm telling you, chat. He's up next lyrically. Hey, yo. I'm swimming. I'm big dog ball over here. So wait, it starts with the dreadlocks. I don't trust white people with dreadlocks. Big dog ball over here. Sandlot. I'm swimming in the green. I'm a ham hock. I get the metal ringing like a can top pop. Hey, yo. Oh, Busta Rhymes is on this bridge as well, too? Wait a second. Well, so, yeah, the uncredited features are going crazy here. It's not even credited on Genius until we get to his part on the song. He's not credited, even listed on the track. So, shout out Busta Rhymes. Are we still playing? Is Big Poe still going? No. Oh, wait a second. I'm like on the track number 3 over here. I got to go back and just see if we can queue up this. I got to find this Busta Rhymes bridge real quick. We're going back on mute. Okay, so I guess I didn't realize that the ad-libs, the guy in the back was Busta Rhymes as well, too. Because it's not like a full Busta Rhymes presence on the mic. There's some, like, reverb background stuff going on. But shout out, our guy Busta Rhymes making an appearance. He's got all the legends on this track. Busta Rhymes and Pharrell? That's a stacked feature list. I don't think he's had a... Well, I mean, he's had stacked feature lists, obviously, in the past. But the double legendary... duo like that's pretty crazy, shout out, of course. Okay, so I know, again, he said no concept, but this does feel a little conceptual, again, in a way, where you're laying out rules. This is an intro track. Again, it feels like a world, it feels like a setting. Like, this does have Fight Club vibes to it. I feel like I'm walking into, like, a Tyler sort of Fight Club, dance club, party club, whatever we got going on here. No phones. Just we're dancing and having a good time. And Big Poe's leading the way. Hey, yo. Whoa. who knows what's going on. But we're just gonna, is Big Poe got a Brad Pitt alter ego? Who's Tyler Pitt's? Who Tyler Pitt? Hey yo, who's I guess is Big Poe? Is Big Poe Brad like Tyler Durden, and is Tyler the creator? Ed Norton's character. What's his name? Like Jack, or something like that. Hey yo, pause. But is he Jack? And then Big Poe is Tyler Durden, or is that? I don't know. We'll have to DM Tyler and see what's up. So yeah, wait. I guess we're not re-listening to the whole. We're just going through the lyrics. Okay, I'm just vibing here, chat. Hey yo, it is what it is. We already checked out the beats the first time around. So wait, let me get back into the lyrics here. For IT says, "What are you doing? Talk about the lyrics." But okay, wait. Sugar on my tongue. Let's see what we got here. So no credited features on this one for sure. Is he talking about? Oh, possibly referring his 2021 song, Sweet, I Thought You Wanted to Dance. So, going into that Call Me If You Get Lost bag. Not necessarily the Igor bag that we were talking about earlier. But, regardless, still sounds kind of like some of that stuff. So, I don't know, what other kind of, Kane he might be referencing here other than Sugar on this song. He didn't mention any other kind of restrictions in the intro track as well too, but it doesn't say anything else is mentioned of that. Are you from Mars? Make your arms and legs shake. Give me that slice of ice cream. Is it your birthday? Oh, a little birthday. Go shawty. It's your birthday. Is that a little 50 Cent sort of shout out there as well too? I got a brush. Give me your wallet. Whoa. Give me your wallet. I'll pay ya. I don't need no air. I'll stay down there till I fade. Girl, I'm Ed. Tell your mama. Tell your daddy. Tell your mama. Tell your daddy. Tell the world. Okay, so this is really a lot of that dancing sort of that repetitive, chorusy type song. But just kind of, the funness of these bars, I guess, if that's a way to phrase it, for Tyler is definitely fun. Like, this is some of the some of the more humorous stuff that he has definitely had for sure. And the ham hock stuff is great, chat. I'm all in. But let's see where we're at here. Wait, track number 3. So Rough Draft by this is I'm reading the editor notes for, and so it says Rough Draft by at blah 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 blah. But song 2. And it appears to be Tyler being on his freaky activity again, reinforcing his what kids. Nobody look. But let's see here. This is that East Side Hawthorne. Ride down El Segundo to PCA. Put your top down, sun still beaming for real. I'm that guy trying to get my paper, baby. I'm that guy, really. I'm that guy trying to get my... This is Rev Reed's rap lyrics. Hey, yo. I'm looking for more Fight Club rules. I'm looking for when's his alter ego going to split? When is there like a... has he got a lady in this house as well, too? Is there a fight ring in the basement? Does he blow up like a credit card tab? I don't know if Tyler's album would be... What would Spotify do? Be like, hey, Tyler, that song where you're detonating a bomb under the credit card skyscraper tower is... Maybe we rework some of those lyrics, but it seems like we're kind of just in, again, the club dancing around in whatever the Don't Tap the Glass Club is. Did he say... He didn't give us, like, a name, I guess. So we'll have to see if that pops up as well, too. So, Baby Blue Bimmer. Hey, yo. Pockets full of chili like it's hot sauce. Odd Future Wolfgang, all the bros in here. Okay, so Big Poe in the universe that we're in right now, Odd Future and Wolfgang are all in the universe. So is Big Poe like a lost member? I guess, is Big Poe a reference to an alter ego from back in the day? It's not an era of Tyler that I'm super familiar with in all those references type stuff. So it's not saying... I guess it would have said earlier if like, oh, Big Poe was also a 2015 Tyler alter ego of some kind, but it doesn't... I wouldn't be shocked, but it is cool to see that the guys are around. So Frank Ocean, I guess, is here as well too, chat. Hey, yo. Is Frank Ocean singing in this club? If Frank Ocean goes out, does he sing, chat? Hey, yo. Like, does Frank Ocean, does he sing in public at all? Or is he just so anti-singing in public, like, you would just never hear him? But I think there's been some events at some point. But, yeah, so shout out. They're all still together, having good times, having good vibes. Let's see what else we got here for this one. Tell me they don't need no lobby. Get the extras, ain't need no hobby. Drop the top, I'm never sloppy. Keep a thumper, Brody. Can you please hop off my bumper? Hey, yo. Tyler, getting his little, oh, the Hobby Lobby? Okay, for sure. See, Chad, this is why I'm not a lyricist, because I just can't, like, I can't even read it and it makes sense. But, who's telling me where they don't need no lobby? Get the extras, ain't need no hobby? Shout out. So, he's still there. I guess, in some ways, he is maybe, like, just a smidge under those legendary guys like we were talking about, but he is pretty close, chat. And again, he's not necessarily going for double entendre, big meaning type stuff here. It is just the have fun wordplay. But I think with what Kendrick has proved on some of his tracks is that when he's in that bag as well too, he's as good as having fun on some of those tracks as anybody. So, you know, he has the standard in any of the types of music that you want to be making for the hip-hop standpoint in that type of way. But wait a second here. I'm still back on Sucka Free. Hey, yo, chat. But so here, wait. I'm going to just turn it down if it's not even lining up. So that way we don't even get taken down anyways. But let's see what else. Where were we at? Lost the spot. Okay, wait. So that is that song then. So then, is Mom and Em the next track? Yeah, Mom and Em. So, I do really like the intro, but the middle of the album is really it's tough, Big Chat, because that Clips project. Yeah, I don't want to immediately start doing the 2025 comparison stuff as well too. And again, I don't know if Tyler, like, if we're talking sort of the award circuit of it as well. You know, of course, Chromacopia is going to be his album that is more the awards. Or, you know, the album that's going to be the one that is, you know, more recognized in those areas. But just from a competitive standpoint and what we're, you know, looking at from a greater field, like, and just, I guess, in 2025, we're doing the technical calendar year of that as well, too, because, again, Chromacopia 2024, even though it could be in the competitive window for the award stuff for this upcoming cycle, the calendar year has been, you know, the Clips really did raise their bar. They really did drop a great project. And I still don't, you know, it's going to take, of course, all year to figure out which ones are going to be the best by the end of the year. You can only really decide that in the moment at that time. But with the bar that they have set right now, it is pretty crazy. I mean, The Weeknd dropped a crazy album. The Alchemist and Larry, you know, the 2 Chainz Alchemist Larry June album is really great at the beginning of the year as well, too. So there is a little bit of a standard in 2025 that has to be met from a total quality standpoint. And Tyler is, again, right there with some of these guys. I think the thing that is striking about the Clips album is the production on that, and Pharrell as well, too. I mean, not to say that Pharrell has been, like, an absent producer. I mean, you know, Pharrell himself has been around for Pusha T as well. And Pusha T himself, like we're saying, has been making music the last couple of years. But there has been a little bit of a break, and there is a little bit. Oh, and speaking of the 2000s dunk contest, like we mentioned earlier, they do have it on right now. Oh, Vince Carter elbow dunk. Shout out. Wait, is this the actual dunk contest? Oh, this might be like a piece on the dunk contest. I don't think they're rerunning. Oh, this is not even a piece on that dunk contest. They're just rerunning dunk contest highlights now because it just cut now to Derek Jones Jr. in 2020. Shout out. Cool dunk, but why not just rerun the whole 2000s dunk contest? But anyways, yeah, so, I mean, I think the Clips album, the uniqueness of their production in the landscape and what they were providing, their lyrical perspective and their lyrical style and all that stuff, I think that it hits 2025 a little bit fresher and with great quality than, you know, a lot of these projects are going to as well, too. And like we're saying, Tyler, it's great from a Tyler sort of refresh standpoint, that he's dropping new music as well, but I wouldn't necessarily say that he is evolving his sound in any way. So I don't try to be too much, but you get what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that we would say that, oh, this is a big dramatic step away from what Tyler has done production wise. I feel like there's definite, this definitely feels like a Tyler the Creator project from this era of, the Flower Boy sort of on era of what he's been doing in his discography. This feels like it fits in there, pretty nicely. And it's not a bad thing whatsoever. But just, again, what that means for the landscape of the 2025 hip-hop scale, that Clips album, I think is pretty crazy as well, too. So, I mean, The Alchemist is a little bit like that as well, where, again, anytime you get an Alchemist project, it's great as well, too. Again, can we just say, like, every guy just, every duo out there take 15, 20 years off and then come back and make it right? Like, that's not the point. The point is, it's a special, unique set of circumstances that allowed that Clips album to, obviously it's a great album. So that's the first special, unique circumstances, just the outstanding quality of the album. But then the unique circumstance of the anticipation for the return and the uniting of that group, and the fact that Pharrell's such a great producer, again, he's advancing the sound in a different way. It's just things that can't be replicated in those type of things. Again, things that you don't, for some reasons, for some ways, because again, that you get an absence of them in your lives and from your musical rotations, you don't want necessarily anybody to emulate that in some ways as well too. But you get what we're saying. Like, you just got to give them credit for what they were able to achieve with the moment they had, I guess is the simple way to say it. And Tyler is a guy that's dropped music every couple of years. Like, that's an amazing thing as well too. So his moment is going to be every time he drops a project, deliver as well as he can. And that's exactly what he does here. I mean, he's delivering, like we said, literally every time to the highest level. But that's where I was trying to maybe go with what I was saying earlier as well too, with the quality of it, where there really is no skips on this album. I can't think of a bad song, a weak moment, all that stuff. But that is what Pusha T and Malice did on that album with Pharrell is going to be pretty crazy. So I don't know if that's the immediate reason that he's dropping a project as well too. We got a great project. It feels like it's time to sort of ramp up the competition with that in the mix. But I mean, everybody also is dropping. So maybe there's just something in the contracts with the labels, honestly, where it's like this, after this period of the year, at some point, it's more beneficial to be dropping music because, again, everybody's just dropping now and dropping at random parts of the week. And I mean, it's great to have this kind of sort of almost, again, sports NBA-esque nature to album releases where they aren't released on the same day. I mean, it's great to have, again, that thing as well too, where you're like, oh wow, there's been nights where we're getting Astro World and swimming in the same night. Like, oh man, this is crazy, all the quality music that we got. But the idea of, again, one night it's Tyler the Creator's album drop, the next night it's Metro Boomin's album drop, and then Friday is Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist album drop. Like, that seems like a fun sort of cycle as well too. And there needs to be a way that, especially now, you assume that calculating this stuff is easier than ever, maybe more difficult than ever with the amount of numbers and consumption. But again, also our ability to do calculations are easier, so it all evens up. But there's got to be a way to calculate, a first week number. If you drop your album on a Monday, and you just go, okay, whatever the time period is of a typical first week, can we just shift that so it starts on Monday? And it's like, yeah, okay, maybe there's an advantage to having your week be from this day to this day, but at least you still get the week time. If that's a reason why maybe this wouldn't happen. And again, maybe the labels, there's reasons why they wouldn't want the stuff to be spread out like this as well too. Pause. But I can't imagine this wouldn't be beneficial. And again, for us to kind of spotlight everybody and each other at the same time, where it becomes a competitive environment. Everybody's dropping out music, but you get to that point where that's, again, it becomes a different kind of competitive thing on a Friday, where it's like, and that's like the 50 Cent Kanye thing from back in the day, where it's like, if you can only get one album, which one do you have to get, or which one are you going to get first? And again, the competition of that is maybe a little bit crazier as well too. Like, that's really cool. But the idea of, oh, this is a week where everybody's going to be dropping albums and we get to have a new project to focus on every night or every day, I'm listening to a new thing for this week, or every couple of days there's a new thing in the mix. Like, I like that NBA sportsification of the music release. Because I guess it's not sportsification, because again, the NFL is that weekly sort of eventized thing that we see for music as well. And the NFL is the most successful sport of them all, so maybe that's the formula that you should follow. Take everything I'm saying and disregard it. But the idea, again, of just the ability to have, be able to listen to new music every day of the week would be kind of fun as well, too. But we are not necessarily keeping up with the lyrics of this Tyler album to make sure that we are missing anything in here. Oh, speaking of the clips, chat, he does say get clipped a couple of times. Let's see if that is a mention to the clips. Okay, it doesn't say. Tyler mimics the bars as a sort of nursery rhyme, mimicking rain, rain, go away. So, not mentioning the clips, I guess. But it was just, I guess, on our mind after talking about him there. So, stop playing with me. We get the little transition into the beat on track 5. And when I get to snapping like doo-wop, I really got juice like Tupac. Shawty got a strong jaw. Might chew rock. Got me coming out the blue like new cop. I've been rocking by myself. I'm through. You jumping off the porch, me? I flew. Say I'm sick. I'm too sick. At you. Huh? Stop playing with me. Huh? Stop playing with me. Okay, so that first bar, he's outspitting a little bit. When I get snapped like doo-wop, I really got the juice like Tupac. Okay, I mean, anytime Tupac's gonna be mentioned, we're gonna be all in. Strong jaw might chew rock is not bad as well too. Verse 2, F40, is this the brand new coupe? Stuff it with is what the I do. Caught the plane with Mav Braun there too. Wait a second, Tyler the Creator. Why are we putting those lines together? What's going on, chat? He says, stuff it with Ayo. We're talking about stuff with, and then it says that, he's got a plane full of ladies, and then Mav and Braun there too. What is he saying, chat? As seen, maybe Tyler, is this social media? Did they drop a music video? Okay, cool. So, cause make no mistake, our guy Braun did get himself a little bit in trouble when a guy started mentioning a lot of ladies and some rap lyrics. Our guy Drake on Fighting Irish Freestyle was not being nice to our guy Braun, so I didn't want Tyler out here dropping stuff about that as well too. But so yeah, no, it does seem like that is not the case though. It just seems like the vibe of him hanging out with famous people is more the case there. So not bad. Oh, verse 3. Wait a second. He's really spitting on verse 3. Let's see what we've got here. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay, bars, chat. Bars. Ears, neck, teeth, wheels like the Tin Man. Spending Converse money. What I mean is burning white paper. That's a zigzag. Drowning it like I'm swim bad. Whoa, chat. Is that a bar? Is he supposed to be... Oh, wait, like I swim bad. I'm thinking that's a Sinbad sort of reference, but he's just saying that he swims bad, of course. I mean, that's what I was thinking, but I don't think Sinbad is a connection there, right? He's just saying that swim bag, zigzag, he's just trying to get the rhyme in there. So if it is supposed to be a reference to Sinbad as well, too, then shout out. But drowning it like I swim bad. Don't try to downplay my name. Your and others, if I crash this plane. Hated recess. I don't play no games. Oh, Tyler. Taking it way back. Pause. But shout out. So, yeah, he is dropping bars, getting aggressive, having a good time. Stop Playing With Me might be the number 1 track off of this album at this point. Let's see. Okay, Ring Ring. I hope you good. I hope you well. I hope you lit. I miss your touch. I miss your smell. I miss your lips. So Tyler, this is that, that sort of longing Tyler that we get on some of these projects. He does like longing after that long lost love, for sure. Baby, grab a drink. Baby, grab some food. Don't be a stranger. I know it's hard, though. Hey, yo, whoa. Pause, Tyler. A little pause in there. Don't worry, we'll clean that up for you. Hey, yo, pause. But, you lift me up. You get me up. I mean, so high. You drain me up. You rock my boat. I'm in your tide. I'm Mr. Lit now. Should have walked up, been on my mind. I hope you said not to call again, but I miss you. I hope I can see you one more again, but I miss you. And then the chorus is just little ring, 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 hello, ring, 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 hello. So I don't know. Is the if we're just dancing around having a good time at Tyler at Big Po's Fight Club, are we kind of vibed out, relaxed at this point? Everybody's kind of, slow dance, sway dance, grab a partner. Like, I don't know what's going on here at this point. But definitely, of course, a vibe shift. Definitely a little bit more sweet. Oh, chat. Oh, it gets really sweet at the end of this. But let's see what we get here. Verse 3. Operator, can you pick up the phone? Pheromone? Pheromone. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, is this the name of the is this the name of the girl that he's trying to call? Is this his charade? Is this Big Po's charade? Big Po and Pheromone? It's like Big Po and have you seen Where's Pheromone? You get Pheromone Snapchat, send Pheromone some DMs and see what's up. But it seems like that's not what the case is. Oh, maybe it's Operator. Operator, put your clothes back on. This is a clear reference to Dream SMP. Minecraft servers owners are called operators. This is a Minecraft reference? Dream SMP, is this Minecraft? A private, whitelisted Minecraft server created by Dream and George Not Found. Known for its roleplay. So wait, is Tyler a big Minecraft guy? I didn't know Tyler was a Minecraft guy. Dream SMP, invite-only survival multiplayer Minecraft. It's got its own Wikipedia page. Hey, yo. Minecraft server, YouTube Dream and George Not Found. So, wait, does it say how many people are on the server? Is that a thing? Oh, discontinued 2 years ago. Shout out. Cultural impact. The Dream SMP garnered a large following in a popular fandom. Okay, with its storylines are analyzed in documentary-style videos. So wait, but what did it actually impact? I guess this this Tyler the Creator lyric at some point. Cast. Okay, we got some good cast members, I guess. And here, shout out to the collection of YouTubers and various creators. I guess Lil Nas X. Oh, guest appearances. Lil Nas X, Mr. Beast, 5 Seconds of Summer, KSI, I guess. If those are the guys with the Wikipedia pages. Oh, Ninja? Pokimame? Who's Pokimame? Oh, Pokimame! Hey, yo. We might be having to watch a little Pokimame Twitch stream after this, chat. Is Pokimame still around? We might be DMing Pokimame if she wants to appear on the pod. But, anyway, so yeah, I guess Dream SMP. That's what he's referencing there. Shout out. So for those of us that aren't Minecraft fans in the chat. But, so operator, put your clothes back on. So Minecraft server guy, put your clothes back on? Is that what he's saying there? I don't know what we might need another genius annotation to kind of clear this one up at some point. Or there is some operator that took his clothes off on the Dream server. We need to get into what that controversy is. I don't know if we need to, but maybe it would help clear up whatever the bar is here. But operator, how we gonna move on? Operator, can't be next time. You right? It ain't no deadline. Before you go and walk out my life, I want to tell you. Before you go and walk out my life, I want to tell you how much. Oh, I just scrolled past and just saw him saying, "I love you, I love you, I love you," and I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." But apparently, he's yelling it at somebody as they're trying to run away from him. So, well, I guess I don't know if that's the scene, but he is. It doesn't look like it's getting reciprocated back. So maybe not the sweetest, but so operator, pick up the phone, girl. So again, this is not necessarily a Minecraft reference, maybe some Minecraft wordplay that it's just throwing me off, and I'm trying to understand it too much. But it does also, the operator is literally old school operator. So no phones apparently allowed, but there is a secret operator. There's like a secret landline in this Tyler the Creator Fight Club where you can call this person and confess his love, I guess. and then the operator takes their clothes off while they listen to Tyler's calls. It's a little strange setup. But this is fun. This could be a fun movie from our guy Tyler the Creator. I could see a scene in the middle of the movie where it's like no phones allowed, but wait, plot twist. Big Poe's got a phone stashed in the office. Hey yo, just a landline to make one call. But the title track, don't tap the glass. / tweaking. Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass. There's a monster in it. Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass. There's a monster in it. Don't tap the glass. Don't tap the glass. Bling 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 bling. Michael Jordan eyes, neck yellow, look like bling. It's feeling weird. Pull the beam out like Bing. King Kong baby chow down on the Meow. So much snot in my pocket, bro. I need a tissue. Think they Rolling Stone. We can press the issue. Every curly in LA I done had. Oh, Tyler, hey, yo. Sometimes you're like, okay, I'm reading this. Oh, that's Tyler, hey, yo, shout out. But, so, okay, Tyler, he's every, hey, wait a second. He's had every curly in LA. But, he got the F40 and the 405. Brody got his head lost. Hey, yo. So, Tyler's having a great time in the F40. Another mention to the F40, shout out. But, oh, Brody got his chain snatched. Brody, we be fed up. We told you, you ain't want to listen. Now you looking like a victim. Hey, yo, Tyler, he's a bad man. But don't tap that glass. Don't tap. There's a monster in it. Ratatata. Getting back on that Ratata vibe from Chromacopia, verse 2. I lost touch with the regular folks. Ain't never been regular. Oh, you a joke. Put that vest on you, boy. I aim at the throat. Got a pocket full of snot, but your spirit is broke. 49 still in the street, like your prostate exam in a week. Like, shot my bomb off the hate. I got hugs in my home. I cannot relate. Hey, baby, you want to know what I might do? That's about 9 inches long if I like you. Hey, yo, Tyler, pause. Whoa. You've got us out here reading some wild stuff, Tyler. Are we going to be saying this in the car? Hey, yo. I guess if we put ourselves in Big Post spot, you can get a workout not in the gym. You ain't got to lie. We can smell the Ozempic. Hey, yo. You can get a workout down the gym. You ain't got to lie. So wait, so is she not working out because of Big Poe or because of the Ozempic? Which one? I'm confused. I thought the workout was Big Poe, but it just says the Ozempic's kicking in, I guess. The Genius annotation just described what Tyler calls the person out, saying it's obvious they'd rather use the drug than putting in the work. Hey, yo, I thought the reference, it sounds like Big Poe's going to put him through a workout, honestly, is what it sounds like. And then maybe the smell of Big Poe, a little interaction with Big Poe smells like Ozempic. Hey, yo, Chad, maybe Big Poe's in the Ozempic, honestly, at this point. Because that's not what I'm picking up. Yeah, it's. I feel like it's missing the 9 inches line as part of. Is that a separate annotation? Yeah, it is. But I feel like it's not necessarily playing it properly. It's not using the whole verse in its correct context, I feel like. I feel like you got to kind of put it together, pause, and see what you got going on here. But bring it back. Blah, blah, blah. Part 2. Okay, so part 2, tweaking. I guess the second half of the song. I'm tweaking. Catch your breath. Call my mama 4-5. 6 nights at crypto. I should do SoFi. So he has, of course, they had the pop out at crypto, right? So, wait a second. They had the pop out. No, they had the pop out. Did they have it at the Intuit at Inglewood for the Clippers Stadium? Was the Clippers Stadium built by then? No, it was at crypto. It was at LA. I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Another excuse to go back and watch the pop out. I can't believe I don't remember where the pop out was held. Hey, yo, I can't believe I remember which stadium exactly the pop out was held. But, yeah, of course, his presence in those LA arenas, I guess arenas, whatever. But his presence in those LA arenas is crazy. So the fact that he's now looking at doing SoFi, I mean, I could definitely see it in his future. It's been in the conversation for sure. Tyler reflects on his success of the Chromacopia tour, and especially in his hometown of Los Angeles, selling an unprecedented 6 nights back to back at Crypto.com, formerly known as the Staples Center, the largest studio residency in arena history. Whoa. Hey, yo. Shout out to Tyler. Tyler says he should have booked for much larger SoFi Stadium, which can seat upwards of 170 to 100,000 people for major events compared to Crypto's 70,000. Tyler sold roughly 78,000 tickets across 6 nights. So, yeah, I mean, I think you could almost lock in at this point. He could do a stadium in LA. I mean, obviously, we're looking at the ticket numbers. It's the same thing. I get the correlation of the ticket sales in selling an arena is probably, even if it's the same number, is still probably logistically different, obviously, than selling out a stadium. I get it. But his sway on the West Coast right now, and especially in LA, I mean, just nationally, but how that is even more concentrated in LA, I think you can lock that in. I mean, I think like we said before, he is, I think, pretty close to the level where he could consider, LA, maybe even another major city or two, and really consider seeing how far he could push the venues. Or internationally, I don't know what he's looking like internationally as well, too, for fan bases over there. But we see Travis go over. Speaking of Travis, he does the really crazy international venues as well. So you could definitely see that. So I just love it for the story as well, too, of Tyler, that if he does do a stadium, like whatever that rise is, whatever the rest of that rise is, pause, like, he's going to be reflecting on it in his music and talking about it, and all the different stuff is going to be in his discography and in his catalog. So it's like, okay, there's a moment in there at one point where he was like, actually, you know what, I should do the stadium. And he said it on a verse, and then he might actually probably go on to do the stadium. Would be a really sick progression for him to have. But feel like I'm an old soul. I'm a 38 special. Feel like Detroit. Red 41 Mecca. Blacked out prom night hair. I'll press ya. Going up like granny love pressure. About that guap, about that guap, about that guap, about that ching ching, about that guap, about the guap, about that bready, about that bread, about that chili. Feel like Slick Rick. Neck look like when you stare in the sun too long. Her and her friend, and her friend. Whoa! Tyler just going through the whole room. Hey, yo. He knows he's wrong. So he stared in the sun for too long. He knows he's wrong. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 tickets on me. I'm in Atlanta with both off Peachtree. Baby blue bimmer. Go beep beep. I'm not a real. I'm feet. That thrill is right on me like he. Okay, tweaking, ha, tweaking, catch your breath. He is tweaking. Okay, shout out. Great reflection on both those tracks there. So, don't you worry, baby. We got track number 8 here. Baby brand new bag. Got a little, with a brand new shag. If I got my tag, got a brand new day, gotta cap it again. I slid that. Don't you worry, baby. Oh, Madison McFerrin is listed on here as on the chorus. Hey, yo, shout out. So I'm not necessarily familiar with Madison McFerrin. Let me do a little search here and see what we got. Shout out. Oh, is there a little tiny desk in here as well, too? Okay. So that's a good place to start for sure. We should definitely get caught up on the catalog. Absolutely. But, okay, so shout out. But we get her on the chorus, or on the verse, I guess, kind of going, or I guess I got to read the way they have it listed here. So, yeah, it's her verse, and then Tyler sort of ad-libbing in. And I guess for some reason we've been talking over this track both times that every time that it's played, where we didn't even realize if it was a feature on it. So let me just cue this one back up real quick. Don't you worry, baby. Let me hear a feature real quick. Let me go back on. To be honest, again, it's a shout out to Tyler. Tyler is, when it was kind of turned down and I was talking over it, like, again, on that Igor vibe, Tyler has some of those moments where he is in those upper registers, and it doesn't feel like it couldn't be Tyler necessarily doing this part on the track list. But she's crushing right now. This is great. I'm a fan. We should have been paying more attention the first time around, and we'll definitely be checking out the catalog more often for sure. But okay, we both got on the love train. Love you gotta pay. For me, I guess I should conduct myself, 'cause you ain't work for me. Then you fell asleep. I need a freak. I'm giving it a 3. Invite me, boy. I'd like to arrive. We can carpool. Come at the same time. Whoa! We got McFerrin dropping double entendres in here like Tyler the Creator. Hey, yo, I don't know if he penned this verse for or what, but yeah, we got a little wordplay going on here. Oh, same time. Echo the line. Don't hit my line if you gonna waste my time. Wake up. Don't you worry, baby. Don't you worry, baby. What? Don't you worry, baby. Okay, so it really is her song almost. Hey, yo, shout out. So, Pharrell he's like, I'll give you a couple lines and tap out. Madison McFerrin's like, throw this song on my back. I gotcha. So she is the winner of the features so far, unless there's another one in these last couple of tracks here. Track 9, I'll Take Care of You. Okay, so there is some features here on the back half of the album, I guess. Killa C, Princess, and Tyler the Creator. So we got Killa C and Princess on the refrain. Let's see here. Killa C going crazy. Ruck and Get Stuffed. Luck is a must. I'll Take Care. Okay, shout out. Princess, Lil Scrappy as well too on the second refrain. So we got Killa C, Princess, I guess Princess again in the second. So Killa C, Scrappy, Lil Scrappy, and Princess on this song with Tyler. And Tyler, again, taking a little bit, again, of a back seat. He's getting the chorus. He gets a little bit of some of the echoings in the verses. But verse, or I guess it says refrain on Genius. Refrain 1 is, again, mostly Killa C with a little Princess on the outro, and Tyler the Creator is echoing some of the lines. Then refrain 2 is mostly Princess with Lil Scrappy on some of the echoes, and then all 3 of them on the outro line. I guess Tyler does have a verse. All your love, my heart and soul. I ride until my body cold. I don't know why things are gone. I'll take care of you. Wait a minute, I'm gone through some. I can tell it's not beginning to work. Stay, hey, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. And then Killa C back in on the refrain again as well too. So Tyler letting his features, once, like we're saying, when he uses a feature, he lets the feature really, he's not afraid to let the feature cook on his albums, that's for sure. And or on his, his songs, how you would say it. And he's lets them do a lot of heavy liftings on those couple of tracks as well too. Down Bad is Tyler solo, apparently not dropping the annotation level bars on this track, or people haven't caught up yet. They're still working through the first 8 tracks. They haven't got to track 9, but he went to glitter them teeth, but he ain't got nowhere to sleep. He swear he a bum and he frontin', but you got his bun in your oven. They filming hot takes in a room. They rent must be due very soon. Them rackers ain't really autistic. BLM was taking attention. Okay, wait, did I get that rhyme right? Didn't really autistic. Wasn't taking attention? Maybe not. I don't know. But verse 2, you're 50 and still in them streets. Your prostate exam in a week? Oh, wait, is he running that back? Or did we already click on this one and read this one? I think that line was from earlier. Running back the prostate line exam again? I don't know, but that baby gonna keep him around. You're stupid. You're a clown. Allergic to rapping it? That child support adding up? How we gonna boycott and move on? Okay, when the neighborhood stores ain't blacked on. So is he taking shots at somebody specifically here? I guess I'm not knowledgeable enough to know. Let's see what it says. Down Bad is an exclusive song only on the test pressing versions of Don't Tap the Glass that were available via gangwolf.com. It appears on track 10. I'll take care of you. So yeah, I guess it doesn't say that he's calling out anybody specifically, just sort of something else. But let's see here, verse 3. You think he your brother legit? That jealousy make itch? You back in the hood for some pictures? Them Steppa's gonna have a good Christmas? You got you blowing two guard? Whoa! They know where your mama is are? Then they had him dissing his ops? Okay. By the morning they jack in the box? Oh! Tyler, we got another wordplay of the day. Line right there. Then they had him dissing his ops. By the morning they jacking the box? Shout out. Oh no. Nah nah nah. Down bad. Oh. Nah nah nah. Okay, shout out. Down bad, I guess, is the name of the song. So nice that would be the hook there. Tell me what it is. Okay, the last track. Here we go. Yeah, bro. That's the we keep in town. Yeah, bro, yeah, bro. Talk until they dead. Yeah, bro. Bounce them shoulders till you're dead. Okay, every night I open the door again to invite you back into. Every night I open my wallet again too. Is finding me real love too much? So he is opening the door of this world back up, right? It's the beginning of the romantic trauma where Tyler suggests that he may be addicted to the revealing heartbreak. The night usually where people are most alone and choosing to... So, again, this does feel a little still in a same way to check the things where Tyler... I mean, maybe he was just trying to be throwing us off the scent by saying non-conceptual or something like that. But maybe, and again, vibe and theme and concept or whatever are just things that he can't help himself with. It still feels like a little bit of a start-to-finish story. It feels like, a night, an aesthetic. It feels like we're back into the world, exiting the world, however you want to say it. Like, it does feel like a little bit of a good ending point with the way he's setting this up here for the end. But tell me what it is. Before I open up my heart again. Tell me what it is. Mama, I'm a millionaire, but I'm feeling like a bum. Oh, okay, so he's little Andre 3K? Millionaire track? Hey, yo, shout out. This song is a reference to Millionaire by Andre 3K and Khalees. Oh, what a great song, chat. Mama, I'm a millionaire. I guess probably a little better if you're actually a millionaire, but still a great beat. Shout out to Khalees and Andre 3K. Great combination. Pause. But so yeah, so where were we at there? Mama, I'm a millionaire. But I can buy the galaxy, but they can't. I can feel like a bum. Oh, chat, we might be listening to the Khalees album after this. It is what it is. Is there an anniversary from the Khalees album? We'll make it up. We'll just make one up. Fire it right back after this. Before I open up my heart again. Oh yeah. So Tyler, he's always falling for somebody in these albums. It is what it is. If there's one thing his characters can't do is they can never keep love around, chat. Hey yo, Tyler, he's always trying to tell us something. But my heart before I open up that door again. When I can't find love, why can't I find love? Tyler, poor guy, Tyler. Big Poe is in his feelings at the end of this album, chat. It is what it is. You get a couple of drinks in Big Poe, and the man just starts talking about his love life, and you just gotta go, okay, Big Poe, it's time to go home, settle down. It is what it is. We'll get you okay. Tell me what it is. The 10th track on Tyler's album. It explores the ideas of skepticism when falling in love with somebody unsure of what they bring to the relationship. Hey yo, Tyler. But, I mean, once again, he doesn't miss. It's incredible. The lyrics are fun. He's got bars. He's got themes. He's got great tracks and production all the way around. It is one of the best projects of the year. There's no simple way to say it. Or I guess there's no easier way to say it. Yeah, whatever it is. It's one of the best projects regardless. Tyler did an excellent job, as always, with his 9th album. It will definitely be in rotation going forward, and this was a great release. Pause. Ayo. Whoa. Ayo. On a Monday night. So, Metro Boomin, what you got for us, buddy? What you got for us is the bar is being raised. Clips, Tyler, Jack Boys 2, The Weeknd, like Central C. You can't rush greatness. This Metro Boomin mixtape, and then our guy Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist after that as well too. So this week's just getting started as well too. Like we said, we're night 2 of 3 for the REMINGTOM pod here of and then I guess night 2 of 4 for the week, but 2 of 3 days in a row here. So you're gonna want to continue to stay tuned. But Yeah, I guess maybe we'll continue to just have the album on in the background. Who knows? But if you joined us for the live stream last night, you do know, of course, that we were, celebrating the anniversary of shout out Taraji P. Henson, shout out John Singleton. We were celebrating the iconic 20th anniversary of the Hustle and Flow movie. And at the end of the live stream, we were going to recast that and kind of redo that movie. But we decided to just save it for tonight because we was like, okay, we got the Tyler album. It seems like fine. And, it was a good time for us to break from the Hustle and Flow rewatch at that point. So we're going to take one more quick break. And then when we return, we are going to unveil what we had cooked up because I hadn't seen it as well, too. I hid the tab. I looked away. And I wanted to see tonight live on the pod what the plot of this next Tubi original is going to be in the model of Hustle and Flow. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss it. And we will be right back to unveil the plot of the next REMINGTOM Tubi original right after this. Okay, chat. Here we are. We are back, and just to continue to catch you guys up from where we are, from where we were at last night, I guess you, of course, can just go back and watch the Hustle and Flow watch along that we did last night. Still on the feed, still up on the, I guess, added up, of course, at this point onto the podcast feeds like Spotify and Apple and all those different platforms, so you guys are able to access that. And you know, if it's, like Spotify's got video, of course, so if it's got a video platform version of that, then that will be available as well too. But we were trying to do a 2025 version of Hustle and Flow. Still trying to keep it centered around the Memphis rap universe. You know, shout out, one of the great things about that movie is it is set in the Memphis area, the Memphis rap scene. It's fun to see that in that movie. And we were deciding that I think Glorilla would be a good, just shout out Memphis rap. I mean, she's probably the best, I guess, you know, Memphis, best, but the top Memphis rapper. And I think she's up there as well too. I guess it just depends. Like, is Killer Mike's not a Memphis rapper, is he? I guess I know he's a Southern rapper, but you know, what city is he technically from? He might be Atlanta too, as well. But you know, for acting purposes for the next generation, it felt like Glorilla was a good potential casting. So for Hustle and Flow, we felt like maybe do we get an actor as well too? Because Terrence Howard is not an actual rapper. Do we recast an actor in this? You know, we're always looking for roles for our guy, John David Washington. So this would actually be, that would be a good John David Washington movie, I think. In a way, I mean, any movie's a good John David Washington movie. But Hustle and Flow 2025, the remake with John David Washington could be kind of cool. But Terrence Howard is pretty good in that role. So I don't know, you know, John David Washington, I guess, what is that? You know, I got confidence in our guy. Our guy could be able to do it for sure. Pause. But, if we wanted to cast an actual artist in that role, then she would be a great role. Or she could play the ludicrous role that he played as the star that comes back into town, and then, you know, our guy tries to pass off the demo tapes to Glorilla at some point. And see what John David Washington trying to pass the demo tape off to Glorilla and see what happens. But we decided that NLE Choppa would be the rival Memphis rapper in this case, for Glorilla in the movie. So we got Glorilla versus NLE Choppa. And then a couple of the cast members from Hustle and Flow were also in the cast of Crash the year before, which won Best Picture. So we decided that we needed the supporting actors in this movie. Ludacris, I think, was Ludacris in Crash? Terrence Howard was in Crash, but him and Ludacris both were in Crash. So shout out. But so we decided we need the cast of a recent Best Picture winner to be the supporting cast. And it feels like Oppenheimer is a good potential cast. So we wanted the recipe of this movie to be a Hustle and Flow inspired remake with starring Glorilla, NLE Choppa in the cast of Oppenheimer. But I think what it did is it used Oppenheimer as an actual inspiration for the story itself, because the most chaotic, brilliant Southern Gothic hip-hop epic of 2025, it says what this could possibly be. But it's calling it Project Trinity. So literally just the Trinity Project, I guess, switched around, which is what it's called in Oppenheimer, right? The Trinity Project? I know it's the Manhattan Project at one point, for sure. Or the Manhattan Project, something else. I don't know, Chad. I think I know history at some point. And then you realize that it's like, okay, what actually sticks? I mean, if you can actually remember to spell any of this stuff, hey, yo, Chad, it doesn't matter. Trinity Project, is that a thing? Trinity Project. I guess they're gonna bury it. Pause if it is. Let's see, in the cast of Oppenheimer, did they call it that in the movie as just a fictional thing? Maybe. Is that a so? Spoiler: if for some reason you haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, I'm about to scroll through the plot here and see what it was called. Again, Manhattan Project for sure. But is it, oh, the Trinity Test. That's what it was. Okay, so it's combining the Trinity Test and the Manhattan Project. So we're getting Project Trinity. They thought they were building a bomb. She knew she was becoming one. So I don't know what it's necessarily using here, but we will see, chat. This is the first version of the movie. And maybe we'll rework it a little bit as we go forward. But yeah, so Glorilla and NLE Choppa, the cast of Oppenheimer in Project Trinity. And I will say as well, too, I was trying to think of a good title for it, for whatever this remake movie is. But I think as long as it's starring Glorilla, it should be called Hustle and Glow instead of Hustle and Flow. I think it makes sense. So I think it could we could make any movie called Hustle and Glow As long as Glorilla is just, as long as she gets from point A to point B, it can be called Hustle and Glow. As long as she tries, I think Hustle and Glow works. So Project Trinity seems a little bit too much. Maybe, excuse me, maybe we see what happens after that. But, okay, so yeah, we saw the tagline for that as well, too. Premise: set in an alternate timeline where a group of Memphis rappers and a secret team of scientists build a cultural atomic weapon, a sound that will change the world. But their cost is their city, their sanities, and their souls. I gotta be honest, chat, this is not great. This is not great. Think ATL, Oppenheimer, Southland Tales, Juice, and Get Out. I mean, that sounds not bad. ATL, Juice, and Get Out could be... I mean, ATL and Juice could be fine, obviously. Oppenheimer is the one that's throwing this off. But we just want the cast. Just the cast. Okay. Sweltering heat, political corruption, internet surveillance. The city's underground music scene is pushing frequencies that are literally warping people's behavior. What is this, like a Batman villain? Glorilla's a Batman villain in this movie? Hey, yo, and then NLE Choppa as we just cast NLE Choppa as Chop. Okay, that's crazy. But sharp streetwise rapper who starts hearing sounds in her head no one else can hear. She starts to key the Project Trinity, the most dangerous variable. So that has a little Fight Club kind of vibe to it as well, too. With, what's the name of that? Not Project, it's not... I want to keep calling it Project Paulson, but that's just because they keep going, what is it? His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. But it's not Project Paulson. What is it called? Project Mayhem. That's what it is. But they should have just renamed it Project Paulson after he died, honestly, in honor of him. The first rule of Project Mayhem, the second rule of Project Mayhem is you rename it Project Paulson when poor guy passes away. But, yeah, well, spoiler alert, I guess, for Fight Club. You haven't seen Fight Club. But that's also not the worst spoiler alert I think we could give out for that movie as well, too. But, because, I mean, a side character, it is what it is. But, sorry, my bad. But, R.I.P. to the late Bob Paulson. But, NLE Choppa as Chop, a local herbalist producer who's gone full conspiracy theorist. Ooh, this is kind of an interesting role for our guy NLE. Claims the 808 is a spiritual frequency weapon, and he's not entirely wrong. Cillian Murphy as Dr. Killian Vance. Former government sound engineer turned rogue, hired by DARPA to research music-induced mass emotional destabilization. Begins to idolize Glow's voice the same way Oppenheimer viewed the bomb. Hey, yo, Killian Vance, I don't know if that obsession gets a little creepy at some point, or if it's just, it motivates, the obsession becomes his finding the solution for whatever. I still don't really know what the problem is here. At this point, the frequencies are changing people's behavior, but is Glorilla's hearing the frequencies, but her voice does what? Because he's idolizing her voice. So I guess it'll need to clear that up at some point as well too. Emily Blunt as Agent Thatcher, ice cold federal agent tracking illegal sound labs, undercover as a club promoter, terrified of what she's seeing in the city. So is this a little bit more Sicario than Edge of Tomorrow? Because she's not really terrified at all in the Edge of Tomorrow. Even the scene where, I guess, spoiler alert for Edge of Tomorrow, but this is a more early movie spoiler than later movie spoiler. Like, early in the movie when the aliens get him in the ambush, she's not terrified at any point fighting there. She just gets overwhelmed and whatever. But in Sicario, of course, she's a little more, she's new on the job. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't realize the level of intensity of everything, the warfare of of all those agents and stuff. But so maybe she's leaning into a little bit more of that. So, I mean, I can tell right away. I mean, Cillian Murphy, he's another one. The hit rate, just his performance isn't anything. He's going to be good. He might be up there. Denzel's another one, of course. There's just no bad Denzel performance. Like, you may look at a movie and be like, this movie didn't necessarily click in all the right ways. But Denzel himself in the movie, like, I don't know if Samuel as well, too. I mean, our guy Gene Hackman ever had a bad performance in a movie? Like, I haven't seen it. But Cillian Murphy's right in there as well. But Emily Blunt as well, too. And you can tell that maybe she'd be the star of this cast. And again, with the Oppenheimer cast, it's a little, I don't know if it necessarily fits the Memphis rap scene, but we'll make it work. Again, they're coming in as agents and doctors and stuff. So, that it is what it is. But Robert Downey Jr. as Senator Hal Boone. Ooh, I kind of wanted Downey in a music executive role. Again, speaking of Denzel in this new Spike movie, that's what he's going to be playing, I think. But Downey could be fun as that, for sure. I don't know. Cillian Murphy as... I don't know if he works as, like, a producer. He might work as a producer. Like, an actual music producer. I think... does he get a little too strung out at points as the producer? I don't know what happens. But as a doctor, if there's, like, 1 or 2 scenes for him as a doctor or some kind of agent, could be kind of fun as well, too. But Downey as a senator funding a project to weaponize Memphis rap for psychological warfare. This is too confusing, Chad. This movie sucks. This movie maybe is like this movie's like a 53 on Metacritic and maybe a Tubi classic, but not because of the plot, because of the performances, and we're really gonna have to have some fun action scenes. Really get lots of explosions, and Downey Jr. I don't know if we get him back, and the Hal Boone has an Iron Man suit. Believes culture is the new nuke. Like, I mean, that's really, really making a... I don't know if that's a clever sort of statement for the movie to make. But, you know, it's maybe one that's easily digestible and good for, again, sort of a Tubi classic rewatchable standpoint. But, okay, so here we go. Plot summary. We actually get into what happens in this movie. Hey, yo, there's a lot of crazy pieces we need to put together. And still leaving out... no role for Florence Pugh, apparently, in this movie as well, too. I mean, we got to find a place for her as well. But Memphis has become ground zero for a new genre called soul crunk. Music that unlocks altered mental states. Glorilla, who starts the film just trying to pay rent and make out for herself. Make it out for herself. Okay, wait a second. Different kind of movie I'm making here. Glorilla, we'll take that again. Glorilla, who starts the film just trying to pay rent and make it out herself, finds herself the centerpiece of a secret government audio experiment. She and Choppa discover the sound they're making is based on frequencies once tested in Cold War Black Ops. This and now weaponized for the attention economy. This honestly might be a Netflix film. Can we get Michael Bay to direct this? I think we might have said, John Singleton, the Hustle and Flow producer. Maybe we get him, if we're doing an AI version, AI director. Shout out John Singleton, but R.I.P. the legend. But can we get Michael Bay directing this? If we're gonna really go crazy on the stunts, again, this might be the only way to save this movie. But she and Choppa discover the sound they're making is based on frequency once tested in the Cold War Black Ops, now weaponized for attention of economy. As the city begins to riot, music starts going international. The music starts going. Glow has decided blow up the system with her voice or disappear before the silence. So that's literally all we get as a plot summary. Again, that makes no sense. There's no point A to point B. Where's the point B? The city riots, so we're getting a Joker theme. Maybe Todd Phillips directs this movie. I don't know. Maybe we need a more cultured director as well too. But art as a weapon, Southern Black genius versus institutional theft. The line between culture and control. Whoa, surveillance and virality, and who owns the sound as a theme. Okay, so executive producers on the soundtrack, take Heath and Ludwig. Our guide Ludwig would be crazy. Original collab from Glorilla, NLE, Rico Nasty, and Andre 3K. Imagine Andre 3K just carries all these guys to a Grammy. It's like, and the Grammy goes to the lead single off of Hustle and Glow featuring Glorilla, NLE Choppa, Rico Nasty, and Andre 3K. But, I mean, listen to this sound design. Gospel samples layered with nuclear sirens, chopped, screwed string sections, distorted vocals that glitch out dialogue, remixes of SNF and Shada Flow reworked as psychological sound weapons. Chat. Hey, yo, there's some kind of weird audio. What's the version of when you splice in the stuff subconsciously in film? I forget what that's called. There's an episode of Columbo where the guy uses that to draw a guy out to it. He splices in a drink, like a lemonade drink, for this guy. I don't remember. He feeds him a lot of caviar, so it's really salty. It's not a spoiler because Columbo is about showing you the murder and then Columbo solving it. So the murder takes place really early on. But he feeds the guy caviar to get him, really salty. Pause. So when he's watching this film, then he cuts in like these subconscious photos of lemonade. Again, speaking of Fight Club, kind of how like Tyler Durden is cut into Fight Club as well too. But he subconsciously cuts in this lemonade, and then this guy goes out to this water fountain to get a drink because he's thirsty because he just had the caviar and he's been subconsciously seeing this lemonade. And then the guy, gets the blicky out, bop, 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 right in the hallway. turns the security cameras off, pulls the whole move. Only Columbo, of course, could track him down. So I guess we're layering that into this with the nuke, that's the psychological sound version of this weapon. I forget what that's called as well too. I wouldn't even know how to look that up, but maybe I'll remember the phrase at some point. But poster tagline this summer, the bass hits different. Okay, so this is we could definitely use a little bit more explanation on what is going on here, and we definitely could use some other castings as well too. So let's see, can we round out the supporting characters, and we'll see if it pulls from the cast of it continues to pull from the cast of Oppenheimer, but I would be okay if it does not. Not to say that the cast is not continue, because again, we could continue to work Florence Pugh into this movie as well too, but we do need to continue to be authentic to what this movie is trying to be. So we need to round out the supporting characters as well too. Yeah, round out the supporting characters. I think that is a good request. Project Trinity. Oh, wait a second. I'm just gonna ask it. Wait a second. So yeah, I guess shout out Dominique Fishback as Tina Frequency Fields, Glow's oldest friend and sound engineer. Stephen Young as Dr. Lee Baseline Chung, government linguist and subsonic weapons expert. Defected to Memphis after CIA shut down his research in sound-based riots. Recruited by NLE, lives underground. Kayla McLaughlin as Lil V, Vaughn Watson. 17-year-old live streamer and AI music blog, a bootlegger, not blogger, bootlegger. And then Tiana Taylor as LaDonna Davenport. Hey, yo, we might have to steal LaDonna Davenport as a main character for another movie, honestly. That's a great name. And then Lakeith Stanfield is Agent Tony Moss. I mean, Lakeith Stanfield is another guy we could just have in every movie as well, too. But, okay, so shout out. This is great. Donald Glover as a radio host, voice only. Could happen for sure. This is great. I mean, again, it sounds like a Tubi classic. Absolutely. Cillian Murphy, Glorilla, and NLE Choppa. Hey, yo. Project Trinity is fine. But really, okay, so let's get Glow and NLE in a movie called, this is where we're going to really get in our bag, chat. Hustling Glow. Let's see what we get for this movie. Well, just a slight version, maybe a little less Oppenheimer, a little less secret agency stuff here. We just want maybe get the more traditional rise and fall of a hip-hop star in 2025. So let's get Glow and NLE in a movie called, Hustling Glow. And see what happens with a title with this inspiration. Is it still going to use the secret agent movies as a potential launching point as well too? We shall see. But 1 shot, 2 stars, 0 chill. Okay, maybe we go 2 stars, 1 shot, 0 chill. Us reworking the AI. Hey, yo. Try to get a little countdown effect there on the tagline, might work. But pause. A wild, raw, and hilarious, heartfelt Memphis Rise film starring Glorilla and NLE Choppa. I mean, is that the rom-com, chat? Is this like a Memphis rap scene, coming of age rom-com drama type thing? We could really tap into a lot of different genres, I think, in different parts of this movie and really make it work. Here we go. Music drama, hood comedy, buddy crime, coming of age. So we've got Hustle and Flow times Friday times Dope type Atlanta times Moonlight. Whoa, chat. This is, again, we're getting the full scope of it. If Friday and Moonlight in the same movie is, really trying to capture everything. But when an aspiring rapper in we're keeping NLE as the herbalist. I like it. Aspiring rapper and chaotic herbalist accidentally leak a diss track meant to stay private. They hustle across Memphis to clean up the mess, dodge gang retaliation, outwit a shady label, and make it hit the open mic that could change their lives all in 24 hours. Chat, this is it. This is it right here. This is perfect. Somebody should honestly make this. The leak disc. This is a perfect setup for that buddy movie. And again, 2025, we're in sort of the peak era of diss track culture. Hey, I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but beef culture, I don't know if that's also the right way to put it, but you get what we're saying. Beef culture is crazy. But I mean, it's a good time capsule for a launching point for a plot for what we're capturing in music in 2025 as well too. Not just the beats of the online stuff and the social stuff for how you rise in 2025 as an artist and the decisions you have to make in the past you have to choose and all the different stuff. But again, just that snapshot of what, and I guess maybe this is not a rise movie as much as it is just sort of a buddy cop. This does have a, dope again. It's a little that sort of super bad type vibes as well too. So there is a little bit of that in this movie, but yeah, I like that as a launching point. That's great. But let's see here. So all in 24 hours in a one-day movie. It's like it knows us, chat. Hey, yo. So we got Glorilla. Works part-time and is a car wash. Oh, man. ChatGPT. It really does know us. Is there a reason why it's given Glorilla that profession out of all of the other ones? Work at a car wash? Do people work at car washes in 2025? I don't know how that works, honestly. That's like the car wash at a gas station, so you're a gas station attendant, or car wash are just self-serve at this point, or you just like hook your car up and just you automatically just kind of you just go through the thing, ayo. But so yeah, she's working at a car wash. That's great. NLE Choppa, herb plug, ayo. Chaotic hype man, low-key producer with a spiritual streak, carries crystals, sells bootleg electronics and beats, never shuts up, always has a scheme, rides its dirt bike through a city like a GTA character. So maybe we get Chop and Glow in GTA 6. We still have time. The movie's not out yet. Act 1, Glow and Chop accidentally post the wrong track to SoundCloud. It goes viral overnight. The diss is aimed at powerful local rapper Moneybagg Yo cameo. Chat, we're cooking. We're cooking with this one. Moneybagg Yo in a villain role. Like maybe there's a couple it's like a Thanos level scene where it's like cut to Moneybagg Yo just in his chair in the club in his booth. That's his throne. Like above the rim, he's just Tupac sitting in the booth in the club. But Act 2, The Hustle. They need money for a real studio session to drop the right track and flip the narrative. So I don't know. Apparently they don't have beef with. So maybe they just there's a scene where they get messed up on some with various substances or whatever, and all of a sudden they're writing kind of a diss track about Moneybagg Yo, but they don't really mean it, and it's whatever, or whoever his character is at the point. Obviously it's okay, it's not full hatred, but there is some hard feelings about some stuff in the past. Pause. Who knows? But they need money for a real studio to drop the right track. They hit up a scammy label rep played by Drewski. Chop. So is this the? We were saying last night as well too. A 50 Cent cameo would be fun. Do we want to use a 50 Cent as a cameo or use him as a main guy at some point? So maybe this is 50 Cent, but a comedian as well too could be fun. So we get do we get Godfrey in this role or Chappelle? I don't know, but Marlon Wayans, Chop's shady cousin, who runs a recording studio inside a chicken shack. Whoa, ChatGPT, settle down. Hey, yo. Whoa, ChatGPT. I'm we might have to take a break. I feel like I'm sweating right now, Chat. Hey, yo. This is crazy. I don't know. We'll have to, hit up some groups and see what plot lines are okay to continue on with this story. But a TikTok influencer party a TikTok influencer already boost their song. They get kicked out. A party scene for sure. Absolutely. I mean, that's great. They're in a club as well too at that point. So they're just maybe in 3 different clubs. Who knows? But if we're moving Chop's shady cousin's recording studio around as well too. But because we could put this could be like a Rush Hour type situation where they go to the bar where his cousin's got the back room set up. This could be any establishment. I don't know why ChatGPT is getting crazy here, but this ChatGPT canceled. In Act 3, the glow up. Oh, that's kind of perfect as a scene as well too. The glow up is a good title for the movie as well. We could call Hustle and Glow is a difficult one that's going to be number 1 for quite a while. But the glow up, maybe that's number 2. Hustle and Glow. Oh, maybe is Hustle and Glow the second one? Is the glow up number 2 and then Hustle and Glow is the glow up number 1 and Hustle and Glow number 2? Or is Hustle and Glow number 1 and glow up number 2? I don't know. But the Memphis wide search for them kicks off after this diss track inspires real tension. They perform the new track live in an underground club with viral cameras everywhere. The city chooses this is their moment. Okay, so maybe at the end there's a rap battle between Moneybag Yo and NLD Choppa. Hey, yo. This is crazy, chat. Okay, we are cooking now. This is great. Supporting roles: Tina Snow, Megan Thee Stallion, famous rapper Glow used to write for. The Auntie, played by Taraji P. Henson, runs a gambling house, their spiritual advisor. We got Caleb McLaughlin back as Lil No Cap. Hey, yo, this might be a Lil No Cap. Somebody steal that name. That's kind of funny as well, too. A 15-year-old drill rapper rival who talks mad trash online. Yeah, he's got a Twitch stream. Maybe he's a little like Blackboy Max inspired, where he's like kind of the streamer producer combination, and yeah, but you know, continued success there as well too. And then Drewski has the label shark, thinks he's Suge Knight but drives a Prius. I mean, that's pretty funny. You know that he's going to provide comedy into that role. So wait, let's think here real quick. If we're using AI, can we bring Patrice back? AI Patrice as the label exec could be pretty great. But AI Patrice, I mean, we could cameo him in this movie and then star him in another movie. You know, we need the AI cameo to sort of preview the technology. And then now we're making an AI Patrice movie at some point. You know, respectfully, with the, you know, all the right stuff, the hoops jump through, everything, pause. But otherwise, who do we want as the label shark, chat? That could be an interesting role. Do we get like a Jordan Peele cameo as the label shark? That'd be an interesting one. You know, him back in front of the camera could be kind of funny. You know, he's been, of course, crushing it as the director, and now his producer tag on this him movie is really lending it credibility, but also that movie looks really great as well too. And I know the creator of that movie is just hyped up in general as well. Maybe this is our John David Washington role, honestly. He's the exec. He doesn't necessarily have, again, the Suge Knight in a Prius sort of vibe that Drewski provides, but he does definitely he definitely would be able to crush the scene for sure. Maybe a little bit too much drama as well. We can't let ChatGPT do all the work, chat. We can definitely cook up a cameo for the maybe not for the label rep at some point. Zoe Kravitz? Oh no, now our cameo is going to start going crazy. Zoe Kravitz is, for some reason, has a bathtub in her office. Okay, I don't think this scene is going to... We'll stick to the Drewski Suge Knight situation, maybe. Hopefully, our guy can get cleared up to be in this movie and all works well. But, and also, I mean, he is definitely a good... The fame, you know, all that, it's there for sure for him to cameo in a movie. But hey, yo, it is what it is. Let's see, we get first time co-directors. Glorilla directing, Donald Glover directing, could be fun. Craig Brewer returning and writing. I don't know if he's gonna write this movie for us, but maybe we use him as a producer for this movie, since he is still inspiration. We could definitely do that. Let's shout out to our guy Drewski, but we're just gonna bring in some other guys for some reads. That's all. We just want to see what some other people potentially provide in the role as well too. So recast Drewski real quick, and let's see what our potential options are here. I don't know if it sticks with the hip hop vibe. Lakeith Stanfield, of course. Again, you know, great actor. Gerard Carmichael could be fun in that scene. Oh, you know what? Michael Che could be funny in that scene as well too. Again, not necessarily Michael Che in a Prius, not as funny, but it could definitely still, I mean, it's definitely going to be funny in other ways and has some great jokes, and he's going to roast NLE Choppa and Glorilla a couple of times for sure. Right, Diggs? Danny Brown would be really funny. Danny Brown as an executive would be a little, I don't know why, the half-drunk exec who sells out. Like, okay, again, ChatGPT, settle down. What are we doing here? Shout out to our guy, Danny Brown. But, yeah, he could definitely be in this movie in a chaotic role for sure. I don't know as the label exec if he works, but I do kind of like Michael Che as a cameo for this movie as well. Coleman Domingo. Hey, yo, it's going strong picks. Like, Lakeith Stanfield and Coleman Domingo. It's like, okay, I don't know how many scenes this label exec is going to be in. So maybe that helps as well, too. Maybe it's like Eddie Murphy. You know, do we get Eddie Murphy for one scene, you know, as the label exec? Hey, yo, that could be kind of crazy. We start a little Eddie Murphy cameo run. Can Eddie Murphy be our Stan Lee? He just cameos in all of our movies. I don't know if that's allowed. Eddie Murphy, Denzel, which one will take the role? But who was the other guy we said? Che? Hey, yo. So, do we get a second opinion? Let's see. Eddie Murphy, shout out. Or Michael Che. Michael Che, the honor, chat. Hey, yo. Is this one of the few times that they've actually been in either or conversation? I mean, again, respectfully, but oh, that's a spicy. ChatGPT agrees. It's a toss-up. So Michael Che, you're winning in 2025. As the label shark, Eddie Murphy, Big Zeke. Okay, washed-up mogul, ex-rapper, scam king. Picture a cross between Suge Knight, Birdman, and the Nutty Professor. I guess we could get Eddie Murphy potentially back in the Nutty Professor getup if he's going for the Suge Knight vibes. Runs a fake label out of a funeral home basement because death sells. Once had a hit in 1994, now brags about it on every call. Loud, fast-talking, delusional. I mean, Eddie Murphy's just going to be too good in this scene. I think if we let him improv a couple of times, even just a little bit, it's going to be great. I mean, Che as well too. But deadpan tech bro label exec who thinks he's culturally fluent. Okay, Che. Hey, yo. Kevin Stacks. Kayvon Stacks. I guess Big Zeke is kind of a good name as well, too. Ooh, Eddie Murphy's going to be winning this, honestly. Shout out to Che. It's tough audition tape to choose between. But got promoted from Spotify's podcast division to urban development lead. Thinks bars are a crypto term. Always says things are vibe shift, monetize your journey, or glow. Have you considered spoken word NFTs? I could see Che saying that, but I could also see Eddie Murphy saying that as well too. This isn't about the music. It's about the feeling of music. But I guess, oh, wait a second. I was going to say we needed the label exec to have him in the rap battle later, but Moneybagg Yo is a different role for the exec. So, and again, Eddie Murphy's a strong cameo, but I think we can cameo him a couple times across our Tubi universe. And to be honest, we're going to use AI to go back to our first Tubi movie, Overtime Heat, starring Scoot Henderson, Rosario Dawson as Celeste Laurent. You guys can go back and check that one out if you guys want. We're going to go back and AI put Eddie Murphy as a cameo in that movie as well, too. Whoa! ChatGPT says Michael Che wins the role. I think if you want bigger, layered performances with a room full of Memphis myth, Eddie Murphy is your man. I think Eddie Murphy's got to be it. So Eddie Murphy is the label exec, and then we need okay. So we got Moneybagg Yo as the last as the rapper, and Glorilla as well too. So there's gonna be an 8 Mile like rap battle scene at the end as well too. It didn't necessarily say that in the plot, but I think we can go off script and start adding to it. It's appropriate to, I think, build off of a ChatGPT script. It's okay. So let's see a rap battle between Moneybagg Yo and Glorilla at the end of the movie. And let's see if we get... Maybe NLE goes up first and battles Moneybagg Yo and doesn't go so well. And then Glorilla has to step in. Or maybe NLE's just like is just like the DJ in the scene. Or something. Scene? Cypher at the church park. Okay, night. A packed parking lot in South Memphis. Phone cameras out. Car trunks open. Oh, some Fast and Furious vibes here. Is Dominic Toretto in the background? Police lights flash in the distance. A circle forms. It's time. Okay, Moneybagg Yo. Entering with confidence. Yo, I'm from Memphis. Oh, this is like Glorilla nod here. Yo, what's Moneybagg Yo gonna say? Yo, I'm from Memphis. What you know about me? Big M-O-N in that G-M-E. Okay, I'm from Memphis. Okay, yo, I'm Memphis made. A shark in your stream. You TikTok, I'm block hot. Built off cream. Whoa, chat, pause. You went viral off a rant. I went diamond off a scheme. I'm the blueprint. You just adding filters to the dream. Talk slick glow. I was popping when you was wishing. I got Maybachs, you got mentions and superstition. Grits ain't cooked the same in a microwave kitchen. You bark real loud, but it's a whole lot of fiction. Oh, check out him. Crowd says, oh, phones everywhere. Choppa's face equals concerned. Oh man, this Moneybag, he's dropping bars, chat. Built off a cream, went diamond off a scheme. Oh man, I mean Moneybag, yo, this is top level stuff from our guy right here. Who's the battle rapper that's the kind of the famous funny guy? Oh, hey, yo, that's not a great way to describe it, but I think that's literally the worst, most basic way to describe him. But he's the guy that kind of drops the bar. You're like, oh, that's good, but it's also really corny, and he does the kind of cross his arms at the end, and everybody's like, oh, the whole thing. I wish I could remember some of his bars as well too. There's like one really iconic one, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna remember it. So, Glorilla stepping forward, fire in her eyes. You the vet, I respect it. Can we do the accent? But you acted insecure. Mad the city got a queen. That's raw, real, and pure. You flexing chains. You flexing chains. I's dodging chains. Praying I don't get stuck in the systems and that love taking names. You rapping about bricks. I broke the ceiling and clips. You turned paint into platinum. Got game in my grips. I ain't here for no feature. I'm the feature now. You say you bag. Well, I came to unseat you now. Crowd glow. Beat drop. She keeps going. You industry made. I'm street fed. Different grind. You taking numbers. I'm taking legacy. Soul and time. So go ahead and flex. Money can't make you rural. But you sound like the label. I sound like the real. DJ flips beat. Glow and chop a track. Hustle and glow. Final mix. Phones go up. Crowd chants. Big glow. Big glow. Moneybag nods and smiles. Okay, so Glow gets the win at the end. That's great. Shout out. Hustle and Glow, chat. It's exciting. Look for it on Tubi's. Coming soon. Pause. Glorilla versus NLE Choppa. Eddie Murphy. Oh, now I'm looking at Michael Che. Michael Che would be fun in this movie. This movie may still be a work in progress, honestly. It may still be a work in progress. There's some good starting points here. Some good bars from each of our guys. It definitely seems like everybody's bringing the energy, but I think we need a creator. So who'd we say? Well, I guess Michael Bay's not directing this version of the film. If we were leaning into the secret agent version, at the end of this, Glorilla like whips out a badge and she's like, DEA. That'd be a real turn for Glorilla. I don't know if she wins the crowd at that point, but that would still definitely maybe. What's the right term? Need to have Michael Bay on the project. What's the term I'm looking for there, Chad? Hey, it is what it is. We're not thinking of terms right now, but it could still definitely use Michael Bay's help on that project if it's still some action based. But if it is more the rise and fall based, I guess it did say Donald Glover as the director, but maybe Tyler the Creator, we give him the shot as the director. He's starting to get in. He's talked about getting into the film Hollywood landscape of things. I'm trying to think, is there another hip-hop creator guy? I guess we could, if PG Lang wants to make the movie, they could definitely make the movie for sure. I mean, Spike, if Spike's directed this movie. But I'm trying to think if anybody else as like an actual rapper. I guess, again, speaking of 50 Cent, we could use him to executive produce for sure. But from a filmmaker standpoint, I don't know if I can think of any that are, I've tried to necessarily. I guess The Weeknd. We have the Weeknd's directing our Hustle and Glow. Hey, yo, I don't know if that's the move necessarily, but chat. You know what? I just thought of the label exec to replace Drewski. Hey, yo, shout out Drewski, and make no mistake. I mean, Drewski definitely. The ceiling of the comedy is maybe a little bit higher than this person, but this would be a fun addition to the movie as well, too. That'd be a great role for Big X the Plug, right? We got to get Big X the Plug as the label. We get him as a cameo. We see what he can bring, the energy he can bring in that role for a scene or two. He gets stuck in the Prius as well. And then maybe we can recast Big X the Plug as a starring guy going forward as well, too. We can kind of, again, use the cameos to build going forward. So, sorry to Eddie Murphy and I guess whoever else we said was going to be the label exec at that point. I don't even remember. I guess Eddie Murphy was the label exec, right? So Big X is replacing Eddie Murphy, and then Moneybag Yo still our lead villain at that point. I kind of like it, chat. I kind of like it. I guess, again, Eddie Murphy, the comedy is, unlimited with the potential for bringing him into that type of scene as well, too. But I think it is a good opportunity if we're keeping the cast kind of the young and up and coming stars. Moneybag Yo is the one veteran. I don't know if he's the veteran actor. Maybe we bring T.I. as the veteran actor as well too. Again, we're kind of straying off the Memphis past by bringing in Big X and T.I. But they would definitely work for the movie, and we're also using some ATL inspiration, so that wouldn't be bad as well. And if we're going ATL, maybe Big Boy would be a fun villain as well in this movie. But again, if we're sticking with Memphis, I think Moneybag Yo is a great villain in the movie, chat. We're saying for this as well. So shout out to Hustle and Glow, the Glow Up, starring Glorilla and Ellie Choppa. Shout out to Tyler the Creator for a great project as well too. It's going to be fun to add that to the rotation. And stay tuned tomorrow night, chat. We got Metro Boomin and his project to comb through as well too. So we'll be here tomorrow night reacting to that live, of course, going through the new Metro Booming project here on the YouTube. You can find the live streams a little bit later up on the podcast feeds as well. They go up on Spotify and Apple and all those different platforms. So you can have it in that way as well too. Pause. And then if you guys want to send us a message as well, you can do that over at RemingTonm Pod on Instagram. The DMs are open over there. So definitely send us a message if you guys want to do that. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, we will be back tomorrow night. New Metro Booming. Who knows what we'll cook up in the sports world or what will be on. WNBA will be back. I think it's a stacked WNBA tomorrow night. So, hey, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, we get some basketball in the mix here in the summer to help us close out the end of the sports drought. It's perfect. It's not even a sports drought anymore. We got the WNBA to help keep that not a drought. I guess I don't know what the term for the other way of not a drought is. It's just not a drought. But either way, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night. So we'll see y'all then. Peace.